It's time for Mount Vernon Rams baseball on WMIX, on your radio at AM 940 and online at WMIXsports.com. Rams baseball is presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Heartland Accounting. And by Central Christian Church. It's time to join Chris Hugo and Danny Czerwinski in the WMIX Sports mobile studios for Mount Vernon Rams baseball. Rams pregame show starts now.
And we welcome you in game number 2 of the Mount Vernon Rams and the East Peoria Raiders. This is your Landers Collision Center's pregame show. Landers Collision Centers didn't just expand in Mount Vernon, they expanded their service. After your next collision, ask about free detailing as long as you own your car, big or small. Landers fixes them all. 1 AAA Landers. A bit of excitement in game number 1. The Rams win 3-2 in 9 innings. Sawyer Harrison had all 3 runs batted in for the Rams. There was a walk-off single, a blooper in the center field that Sawyer hit to end it at 3-2. And so now we come into game number 2. We're going to see a bit of a different look to the Rams defensively. And by defensively, basically a pitcher we've not seen start yet this season. Tyler Morgan's going to take the hill for the 8-3 Rams. East Peoria, of course, 1-1 on the season as they took their, 0-2 on the season, as they did lose to Chillicothe, IBC 4-2 to open the season. Of course, the Great Ghost, not that far removed from the Zach McAllister era, and state championship appearances, I believe, in both basketball and baseball in 2006. Yep. Lost to Seneca, if I'm not mistaken, basketball, and I think they won baseball. Yeah, won baseball. Zach McAllister, I think, now in the Indians organization, much like Carrollton, won baseball, got second in basketball last year in 2012. And there we go. So all that out of the way. Of course, this remains your Landers Collision Center's pregame. Big or small, Landers Collision Centers fixes and now details them all. Premium detailing is now available at Landers Collision Centers. Call anytime you need them. 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS. I'm going to quickly give you the Central Christian Church batting order. Oh, you have it? I can have it. Oh, go for it. I'm sorry.
First one, Tyler Hilton, Brock Stewart, Matt Rundle, lead for East Peoria, followed by Ryan Flusher, Mitch Nim, and Kevin Ulrich. Then you have Bobby Martin, Jake Plummer, and Lance Willis for the Raiders of East Peoria. They lead off here in first pitch.
There we go. First pitch is going to come from the arm of Tyler Morgan, and the right-hander fires a strike on the outside corner. First pitch is at 14:07.
Hey, I have a job to do before I need to have it done, and I did.
I didn't know if you got back. Got it, man. Good to go, and that was your batting order, courtesy of Central. Here comes the 0-1. It's going to become 0-2 as it's fouled off to the left side. No balls, 2 strikes. Central Christian Church. Log on to the new Central.com. Watch their services online. Central, loving God and loving people.
We have to say thank you to the shack down there for the feed.
Yes, we do. We owe a lot of thanks today. That's a shack, I believe, manned by the Reeves family right now.
Yeah. Sean Williams down there as well, among others.
Appreciate the Reeves.
Sure we got our food. And we thought
the Thomas
Weber's mother was down there also.
For honor. Very good.
Yeah.
0-2 is the count on the first batter, Hilton, the left-hander. Got aboard 3 times via the walk in the first game. Now it's a ground ball over to second base. Good throw by Paninsky over to Metter at first, and 4-3 will be the first out. So that's a good way to start for Tyler Morgan, making his first start. I believe a junior now. The right-hander gets the first out and retires Hilton, who got aboard again 3 or 4 times via a walk earlier. We'll have the Mount Vernon Rams batting order, of course, coming up.
A lot of banter in the dugout between games.
Oh, yes, there was.
Oh, there's some pitch, though. Ball 1. There's some lots of banter in there, let's just put it that way. Some Malvin talking. Malvin make fun of us. It was all good.
Yeah, they should. 1-0 is the count. Here comes out of the stretch. Just over the glove of Morgan, it'll be to short. There's Williams to gobble up, fires the first in time. And 6-3 is now your second out. As the Rams look, they make this a quick inning in the top half of the first. No score, just underway. We are actually about 3 minutes into this one. Rams baseball is powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland, and they welcome you back to Personal Banking. 5 Jefferson County locations. That's more than anyone else. Dix, Woodlawn, Mount Vernon, and Ina. Morgan gets that out of the windup. Will wind and fire here on the first pitch to number 12, Rundle, and that is going to be grabbed, sniped out of the air by Hayden Paninsky. So 4 unassisted into your first. We head to the bottom half, no score. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Do you farm or operate an agriculture-based business? Then Community First Bank is for you. Hi, I'm Steve Down, Agribusiness Lending Officer at Community First Bank. With our roots firmly planted in Jefferson County, we offer the stability, strength, and personal attention that you deserve. Community First Bank wants to be your financial partner with customized products for both your personal and farm banking needs. Stop by any of our 5 convenient Jefferson County locations to see how we can help your business grow.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon invites you to come check out the all-new Chevy Spark. It not only looks awesome, it gets great fuel economy and has lots of safety features like 10 airbags, free OnStar for 6 months with directions and connections, and 3-year, 36,000-mile or 5-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. The Spark starts out at just $13,900. It's a fun and safe car that you just gotta have. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon, 3423 Broadway in Mount Vernon.
Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
WMIX and WMIXsports.com. Regardless of how you may be accessing us, we're glad to have you for Rams Baseball. Game number 2 of a doubleheader with the East Peoria Raiders. The Mount Vernon Rams batting order is brought to you by Central Christian Church. Matthew Williams will lead off at shortstop with Landon Thomas out in center field batting second. Batting third, your designated hitter is Colin Young. Cleanup spot, first baseman Colton Metter. Batting fifth in right field is Jake Pike. Thomas Weber doing the catching today. He's batting sixth. Batting seventh is the third baseman Sawyer Harrison, while batting eighth out in second base is Hayden Paninsky. And running out the batting order for Tim Holloway's 8-3 Rams, Zach Giants out in left field today. Central Christian Church is loving God and loving people. You can watch their Friday night or Sunday services online. Log on to thenewscentral.com. Central Christian Church, loving God and loving people. There we go. Pitcher on the mound will be Lance Willis, a lefty here for the Raiders, who, again, lost the first game 3-2 as a walk-off single by Sawyer Harrison in the bottom of the ninth inning. So we went extras in the first game, see if that becomes a factor here in game number 2. And Matthew Williams will lead it off for the Rams. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jesse Clark waiting patiently back at our Mount Vernon studio, getting some free baseball.
It's all free. Nobody has to pay to get in here.
There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got everybody written down.
Takes 9, though.
Not in baseball. Okay. No. Something you and I deal with. Twitterverse, we're there. At WMIX Sports. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Danny does more of the work on that. 7 over here. This live column. Here comes the first pitch into Williams. Looks like a plank code on the wrist. It's going to come back to us. Let's switch out the umpires as Mr. Rubenacher takes over behind the plate for John Downey. Only able to work one game today. He's from the Hamilton County area, while Chris Brayton is manning the bases.
He got the bases twice. Wow.
That'll bring in Landon Thomas with a runner aboard on the hit by pitch. Nobody out, bottom of the first, scoreless ball game. Willis, fires high on the bunt attempt. Thomas pulls back, and it's 1-0. So the Thomas has brought us cookies. We had food from the shack, courtesy of the Williamses, the Reeves, and Weber's, among others.
Among all of them.
Mr. Young brought me peanuts. I don't know. I think he brought. Did you get your own peanuts?
Uh-huh.
I had some peanuts brought over here.
I had peanuts.
It's ground ball, second base. It's a second for one, first for the other, not in time. And that will be a 4-6.
A good box of cashews or can of cashews go a long, or they don't go a long way.
They don't last long.
Gosh, they're good. These peanuts are really good. I knew when I walked by and I looked over and saw them, it was on.
Probably pretty affordable, too.
They were wonderful.
What about these peanuts, not the cashews? Runner on first base, bottom of the first inning with one out. Colin Young in the bat. The right-hander will get underneath and send it to center, but retreating is Hilton. This could be trouble. That'll get over his head to the wall. Run could come around to score as Landon Thomas rounds third, headed for home. Young will be held up at second base with an RBI double, and the Rams get on the board in the first inning, 1-0. Yeah, how about that?
He hit that one about as far as you can without getting out of the park, bounced off the bricks in the center.
Yeah, it's like, he'll retreat, probably get it, but wow. There was something put into that one, and Colin Young helps get the Rams on the board first, 1-0 here in the bottom half. One out and a runner on second, RBI chance for Colton Metter. Colton, of course, always reliable over there at first base. See what he can do with the stick here in the bottom half of the first inning against Lance Willis, making his first start of the year, as I understand it. Southpaw for the Raiders. Again, they're in their maroon tops with gold numbers. Here comes the pitch on the way, and Better waits for it, sends it to third. Rundle picks it up, fires across in time. Having to stay put at second is the DH Young. But Rundle's starting to pick it up down there at third base. Yep. And there's 2 away in the bottom half of the first inning. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. We're the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. Driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Jake Pike, the lefty, will stand in. Second lefty-lefty matchup of the day. Pitch on the way. Ooh, Pike's going to put that one into right field. They're going to wave Young around to score. Here comes a possible throw to the plate. It'll be cut off, and there will not be a play, not even close. Now a throw to second base. As Pike tries to get to second, he will. So it'll be an RBI single for Jake Pike to advance to second somehow. Okay. You and me both. 2-0 Rams here in the bottom half of the first.
I see the bats rattle early here from Mount Vernon.
Thomas Weber got the win a game ago in the first game of the doubleheader. The paid leagues, that would be called a vulture win. Get the one-inning victory in a tie ball game. Thomas has pitched very well for the Rams this year. We'll also see some time at catcher, as he does today. Colin Young, of course, the DH. And Thomas takes the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. Of course, he gave many memories on the gridiron this year as a member of the secondary for Jared Shaner. See what happens on the 0-1. Ooh, turns it inside out, fouls it off to the third base dugout. It's 0-2 to Thomas with Harrison on deck.
Catching this game.
Get you some scores from around the area. We know that Salem beat Nashville in the first game of a doubleheader today. Rams, of course, beat East Peoria 3-2. They lead 2-0 now in the bottom of the first. 1 on, 2 out. Here comes the pitch away from Willis. What you talking about? Fouled off down the third base line.
I see the Rams get out on top. And I think what you need to look for here in this game is East Peoria lost that tough first game. Playing this second game, knowing that home's on the other side of this. 4-hour-plus bus ride on the old Yeller over there. Wonder how their heads will be in this one as we go along.
Uh-oh. That's headed to third base with Pike, and they throw it away. East Peoria comes up with an error, and around to score comes Jake Pike, and it was one of those,
as I said.
You say it again.
It's one of those. You wonder where their heads are at, knowing that home's on the other side of this game. Concentration level will be a huge issue in this one, I think, for East Peoria.
So now the bases are empty for Weber. 2 out, nobody on, bottom of the first, 3-0 ball game as Willis will get set and resume pitching down to the windup. Fires on this 0-2 pitch, misses high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Harrison on deck. Top half of the second. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 coming up for East Peoria as the Raiders trail 3-0. Rams looking for win number 9 on the year. 8-3 after this last win. 1-2 coming, misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Well, jump out 3-0. That's a good start for the Rams.
See what happens on the 2-2. Good base running thus far by the Rams. See them up 3-0. Weber will strike out Singh to throw down the first. Is in time. And that'll do us through 1. 3-0 Mount Vernon. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Tax time means savings time. Use that tax refund at Second Chance Auto to purchase the best quality used vehicle around. In fact, in their 32-year history, the selection has never been better at Second Chance Auto. Clean, dependable, and great-looking cars, trucks, minivans, and a huge selection of small, mid-size, and full-size SUVs. Most priced under $10,000 with 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Yes, your tax refund is your ticket to the vehicle you've always wanted. At Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Critics rave about the Wren Lake College Theater's presentation of Into the Woods. Thanks to Mother Nature, you have one more chance to see Into the Woods at the Wren Lake College Theater this Saturday at 7 p.m. Sunday's show is postponed due to the weather, so those tickets will be accepted at the door. If you didn't already have tickets, take a look at The Darker Side of Fairy Tales this Saturday night at 7. Tickets are just $12 at the door, or call the box office at 437-5321, extension 1467.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Oh, we thought it. And we welcome you back. Brennan Klein Memorial Field. We head to the top half of the second inning. Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank of the Heartland and their 5 Jefferson County locations. Mount Vernon, Dix, Woodlawn, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Due up for the Raiders of East Peoria, it's Slusher, Nim, and Ulrich. The catcher, the shortstop, and the right fielder, also known as 4, 5, and 6, better known as the middle of the order. See, for the Rams, I never introduced them defensively. Out in left field, Zach Giants gets a start today. In center, it's going to be Landon Thomas. Yep, I didn't write it down, so I'm just assuming here. Jake Pike is out in right. Catching is Thomas Weber. Of course, from third to first, it's your usual suspects. Harrison, Williams, Paninsky, and Metter, while pitching today and getting his first start, is Tyler Morgan, the junior. Might see him a catcher some this year. Out of the windup, he'll wind and fire to the first pitch of the inning. It'll be a strike across the plate and looking good thus far as Fletcher falls behind 0-1. Peanuts have invaded the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. That's where the game of baseball is meant to be seen. Spectated upon, I guess, as the 0-1 is going to miss high and tight. 1 ball, 1 strike now to the catcher. Nim on deck for the Raiders here in the top of the second. Rams took an early 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first. Now a called strike across the inside corner, and we're seeing good stuff in the early going from Tyler Morgan. At least I think.
Yeah, we're seeing it. And he's got 7 pitches the first inning. Pitch count. Limit that pitch count. Go as deep as you can in this ball game.
Ooh, filthy. It's in the dirt. Swung on a miss by Slusher. They'll fire on the first. Weber throws a perfect strike down the middle.
Yep.
1 away.
Nice job by Weber to drop those legs down. Taller catcher, blocked that 5-hole. Knocked it down, got the swing and miss, and got the first out of the inning.
I think he follows us on Twitter. If not, he should. We're at WMIX Sports. You do the same. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. 1 out, top of the second. Nobody on for East Peoria. They trail 3-0. Ooh, a fastball that gets away, comes inside low. And it's 1-0 to Nim. That's a silent G. G-N-E-H-M. Nim. First name is Mitch. Position is shortstop. We await the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes. Ooh, catches the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nim. 1 strikeout of the day thus far. It was the batter a moment ago here for Tyler Morgan. Making the start today for the Rams, trying to sweep yet another doubleheader on 2013 as the 1-1 misses low, 2 balls with a strike.
Of course, the next one 2 weeks from today against St. Anthony.
The 1A defending state champs. Where's 2-1 going to go? It's going to go just a touch low, and it'll be 3 balls and a strike. Try not to give them anything to hit. When the college player of the game will come your way in our post-game show. Tell you more after the 3-1 comes. Ooh, got to chase the fastball inside, and it's a full count. Brennan College can get you a quality education and save you thousands of dollars. Log on to rlc.edu to see which program is right for you. Full count? Let's see. 1 out, bases are empty. This is going to miss low and inside. It'll be a 1-out walk. Interestingly enough.
Yeah. Like I said, I think if East Peoria doesn't get a run or two in the next couple innings, and they kind of lose interest, Mount Vernon puts a few more on, they'll be looking at that bus, wanting it to start up and go home.
1 on, 1 out here in the second. 3-0. The Rams on top. Pitch on the way is going to miss just outside. 1-0 here to the right-hander, Kevin Ulrich. Martin, the starting pitcher a game ago, stands on deck. He's playing first base here in game number 2. Did not take the loss. As they will, neither starting pitcher factored into the decision as we went 9 innings, almost like a paid game.
Did go 9 innings.
Yeah, that's true. There's that as well. And but 4 or so yet. Runner on first, 1 gone, 1-0 count. Here comes the pitch on the way. Ooh, and that's going to slide its way for a base hit in the left center field. Good angle on it from Landon Thomas will limit the damage. It's first and second, 1 out.
Yeah, that was just a fish job by Ulrich. He was strong enough to muscle that 1 out in center field, even with those dead bats that the aluminum are now. And the first little trouble here that Mount Vernon has to face in this second game.
Two on and only 1 out, top of the second. Tying run comes to the plate. It's a 3-0 ball game. Bobby Martin in a righty-righty matchup out of the stretch will come Morgan. It's set and will fire. Here it comes. It's going to be a fastball in the dirt. 1 ball, no strikes. One of our booster sponsors is All Stars and Stitches. See Big David All Stars. Apparel, prizes, awards. You can put a logo on it. They can probably print it. All Stars and Stitches, just west of Benton High School, or call 435-5555. Morgan looks back at the runner on second. Weber's set up behind the dish, and here comes the 1-0. Just a little low. 2 balls and no strikes now to Martin.
Plate jumping around a little bit in this second inning.
2 on and 1 out. Glad to have you. Beautiful day here on Easter Eve. It's going to catch the inside corner. 2-0 becomes 2-1. Plummer on deck here for, start to call them the Panthers or the Raiders. We'll probably all kinds of
rock for the colors of Roxana, the maroon yellow, Sesser, Valier. Also Cobbin.
Sun Devils. 2-1. We fouled back, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Who else we got that's maroon and yellow?
Roxana, Sesser, Valier, Cobbin. That's the ones that come right out of the gate.
Sure, well, obviously there's more. I'm just trying to think of who else.
Right.
Champagne Central's maroon and white, not gold. That won't help. 2-2 coming. Ground ball to short. Will it be 2 to Padinsky for 1? He'll fire to Metter for the other, and 6-4-3 will retire the side here in the second. We are through 1.5. It's 3-0 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
The Medicine Shop wants to become your pharmacy of choice. It's so easy to transfer your prescription. All it takes is a phone call from you. And the Medicine Shop will take care of the rest. They accept Medco, TRICARE, Express Scripts, and many 90-day plans as well. Plus, you'll find their pharmacy staff so helpful. No long wait times, no hassles getting in and out of their pharmacy. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
In almost every case, if a person has PPO or HMO insurance where they pay a copay at the cash register, that copay will be identical wherever you go. And even if your card says Humana or Walmart or Walgreens, chances are you can use that prescription card anywhere. Just to be sure, give us a call and we can tell you over the phone if that's the case with your specific plan.
Don't forget to ask the Medicine Shop about delivery service to your home or workplace. Convenience and friendliness, all for the same cost. Only at the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball on WMIX and WMIXsports.com.
Hey, we welcome you back to Mount Vernon Rams baseball. Head to the bottom half of the second inning, courtesy of Community First Bank of the Heartland. See Bria or Debbie Ashby in Mount Vernon for personal banking, and see why Community First Bank of the Heartland. We'll welcome you back to personal banking. Member FDIC. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. We'll get you some scores in just a moment. As we head to the home half of the second, bottom of the order for the Rams, 7-8-9er. Sawyer Harrison, Hayden Padinsky, and Zach Gines.
Woodlawn beat St. Elmo in softball 17-1. Of course, Nashville lost to Salem in baseball 8-4. Altamont beat Carterville in softball 5-4.
First pitch on the way to Harrison will sail high from the left-hander Willis, and it's 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Harrison gets a starter. We told you Padinsky and Gines to follow. Here in the home half, inning number 2. Rams on top 3-0 with 3 runs on 2 hits as Harrison will swing through. Took a bit off of it that time, and it's a 1-1 count. Tony Wilt brought you that scoreboard update. The State Farm agent right here in Mount Vernon. Look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state with State Farm. The 1-1 coming out of the windup. Ooh, that's going to scoot outside. Gets away, too, so probably a good thing no one's on base, at least for East Peoria. Their perspective. Just across the river from Peoria, oddly enough, on the east side of it. That's how that works out. 2 ones at the back of Harrison. He'll take his base. We've crossed that bridge on 74 a time or 2. 5, 8. Yeah. Way had to take to Geneseo for Rams football back in whatever year that was. 10, 8, I think 9. I think about that. Wow. Runner on first and nobody out as the right-hander Hayden Padinsky will stand in, and he'll take a first pitch ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Rams in game 2 of a doubleheader. Won the first game in 9 innings by a final of 3-2. Lead 3-0 here. So the offense in the first inning matched the offensive output for all 9 innings from a game ago. 1-0 coming. Padinsky gets a piece of it, sends it to third. Dribble by the third baseman. Will he get him? No. Beat out by Padinsky. Good wheels.
Good hustle. Because very easily, Padinsky could have said, not going to get there. You know, he's going to throw me out anyway. Once that ball was hit, he never looked at the infield. Padinsky kept his head down and sprinted through first base. Nice to see.
Rams now have 3 runs on... They have 2 aboard without a hit is what I'm trying to say in the bottom half of the second inning. So 2 on and nobody out, 3-0 ball game. Left-handed pitcher Willis in a bit of a jam. As Gines will pop up a bunt, but it will drop. So it'll advance both runners, especially with nobody covering second base and out at first. is Zach Giants. So effective sacrifice.
Nice. Very nicely done. It was popped in the air, but it was efficient. Runners moved over.
So 1-3 will go your sacrifice, and 1 out. 2 in scoring position now for Matthew Williams, who was hitting the back his last, or hitting the wrist his last time. That's not the back. I believe the wrist, the lead wrist. Landon Thomas stands on deck. 2 on and only 1 out. Runners are on second and third in the home half of the second. Here comes the Willis offering. Get the check swing out of Williams. That hit the dirt. Looks like it's going to be a ball. Looks like it never touched the plate. And if it did, it wasn't high enough. So 1-0 to Matthew Williams. As the Rams return to the top of the lineup with, again, Landon Thomas on deck. Colin Young will be in the hole. 1-0 pitch is on the way. It's going to be high. 2-0 to Williams. Good eye from the Rams second base, shortstop, second baseman last year. Forces of habit are not good.
Infield in for East Peoria already.
See if Williams can burn him here. Trying to bloop one, sends it back foul. Sounds like it hit the gravel. It's 2-1.
Hit the gravel and veered to the right of our friend. His vehicle.
Straight up, bottom of the hour, WMIX, Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. We got underway at about 2:07, about 23 minutes into this one. 2-1, pitch coming to Williams. It'll miss outside. Good eye there by Matthew. It's 3-1. 2 on, 1 out. Bottom of the second inning. Rams trying to add to this 3-0 tally. You can hear the cracking of peanut shells here in the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, and we thank them for having a concession stand today and the hard work put into that, especially for having all the great delights and what they shared with us.
Now,
the peanuts.
This is where you can make things short-lived in this game. If Landon Thomas and others can put a big cricket number on the board here in the third.
Well, T will stand in. Thomas with the bases loaded, 1 out, bottom half of the second inning, now 3-0. A base hit would crack it wide open here if Thomas can get one, but he'll take a first pitch high. And it's 1-0 to Thomas. Williams took a base on balls. Loaded them up. We're here in the bottom half of the second, game 2 of a doubleheader against East Peoria. Makes up for the 2 games lost earlier in the week as Thomas is going to put one into center, playing shallow as Hilton. And we're going to have a tag. Here comes the runner, and this play is going to be a head-first dive. Of course, we'd expect nothing less out of Sawyer Harrison. He crosses the plate. It's 4-0.
F7 sack RBI for Mr. Thomas. Puts Mount Vernon up 4-0.
4-0 lead. Runners on second and third for the Rams. 2 outs here in the second. 4-0 ball game. It'll be up to Colin Young to keep the inning going with Colton Metter on deck. As the Rams have played another here in the bottom half of the second. Can't do without Second Chance Auto. We appreciate the crew down there as the first pitch will sail high. It's 1-0 to Young. Who would have loved to buy a vehicle with credit approval right over the phone? You can at Second Chance Auto. Just give them a call. Second Chance Auto. Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. 244-4582 as time is called. Yep, for credit approval over the phone. 244-4582. 1-0 the count on Young as time was called. Lance Willis with the runners to his back will pitch out of the windup. He'll fire. Young gets a piece of it. That could be down the line. It's a fair ball. 2 runs will come around to score. Here's Paninsky. Williams is chasing not far behind. There will not be a play at the plate, but yet still a throw. And with a 2 RBI single is Colin Young. 6-0.
And that will start.
I don't know that he was happy that he wasn't player of the game last time because he has 3 runs batted in today.
Who?
Colin Young.
Well, I know.
Just making a thing so I can live read it. Red Lake College, of course, can save you thousands with your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to see which of the more than 100 degree and certificate programs is right for you. There we go. 1-0 the count on Colt. Runner on first base, 2 outs, 6-0 ball game. Rams have scored 3 more in the home half of the second. Back out of the stretch will come Willis. Pitch on the way. It's going to be slung low and inside. 2-0, and there's that sneaky. That's a Colt Metter.
No, they do not offer frozen lemonade, just about everything else.
A little difficult out here. Maybe someday that'll be a possibility. We wait the 2-0 to Metter, and he'll foul this off. Off the end of the bat, it'll be a 2-1 count for Colton. Jake Pike stands on deck for the Rams, who lead this 6-0. Here in the bottom half of the second inning. It seems more effective out of the stretch. See what he can do on 2-1. Right down the middle, ground ball better. Good scoop by Rundle. He'll pick it up and fire across in time, and that'll do us through 2. But the damage has been done. The Rams lead this 6-0. This is Mount Vernon Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois welcomes Dr. Beth Conrarty to their medical staff. Dr. Conrarty specializes in comprehensive pain management using a multidisciplinary team approach by working with other specialists for optimal diagnosis and treatment of pain. Dr. Conrarty will treat most conditions of the spine, including management of cancer pain. Dr. Beth Conrarty, helping to make life better day after day at the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois in Mount Vernon. Call 618-242-3778.
Hi, I'm Bria Ashby with Community First Bank. It's always my goal to make the transition to Community First Bank as easy as possible for our customers. Our handy switch kit helps in doing just that. Whether it's direct deposit, auto transfers, or online banking, I'm here to help. Come see me at our 42nd Street location to open your account today, and let me remind you how banking should be. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
6-0 ball game as we enter the top half of the third inning with 8-9 and 1 due up for East Peoria. It'll be Plummer, the pitcher Willis, and Tyler Hilt for the Raiders. Rams score 3 more in the bottom half of the second to give a nice, comfortable cushion to the pitcher Tyler Morgan. Out of the windup, Morgan will fire. He'll miss low on the first pitch. Just 1-0 here to Plummer.
If you're Tyler Morgan, you come out and you just throw some strikes. You don't mess around trying to be cute and finesse on the corners. Throw some strikes up 6. Let your defense do the work.
And with a 1-0 count here on the leadoff batter, let's see how he comes back. Pitch on the way, and this will be lifted toward left field. Zach Gimes gets underneath it, and he'll make the grab.
Well, easy. Throw strikes. Let your defense do the work. Work your way down. You're up 6-0. You really got a feeling if Mount Vernon get in, get some more at-bats, they're going to roll over that 10-run mark.
Of course, tomorrow is the day that anything can happen. Are you ready? When you meet with Sarah Staley at Country Financial, you get a one-on-one relationship and a plan to meet your goals. Country Financial, what's your idea of financial security? One of our Rams boosters. Willis, the pitcher, will step in, and a first-pitch fastball across the outside corner for strike 1. And Willis is another who throws left and bats right.
Wrong side of the book.
I do that all of the time.
Well, mine was wrong spot, wrong side of the box, I should say, balls and strikes.
I got you. And a 0-1 in the dirt. They should have just left it there. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
Ridiculous.
Bases are empty with 1 out. We're here in the top of the third in a 6-0 ball game. Rams won the first game of the doubleheader by a score of 3-2. That finished in 9 innings. Game went over 2 hours, about 2:13. Here comes the 1-1. This is low. And a 2-1 count on the pitcher Willis. Hilton the follow. Of course, he grounded out to second his first time up as East Peoria makes their way through the lineup the first time. 2-1 coming. Inside, fouled off. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Willis.
East Peoria made the trip down this morning. Whew.
Yeah.
Had to leave about, 6? 7? 11 o'clock start. I had to leave about 6.
Oh, my. I think ran into some traffic. And the fog did not help matters. Wow. Told the fog really started to hit about Effingham. 2-2 pitch coming. Ooh, and what a pitch. Inside corner to strike out Willis, and with his second K of the day, Tyler Morgan's looking pretty effective out there.
Fell in the seats on the bench. Bought one there, looking at that curveball coming in. Bought a ticket.
So Tyler Hilton, the lefty, will stand in 0-1 today. Morgan it back out of the windup with 2 outs and nobody on. Showed bunt, maybe trying to get his way on with a hit.
Did he go?
I guess not. It's 1-0.
Really?
I was waiting for the call.
Okay.
I didn't want to call it myself.
Well, he had that bat out there a long time.
Trying to do
What do I know?
Winding and firing. Here comes the 1-0, and that's going to sail high and away. 2 balls, no strikes here to Hilt. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, of course, are driven by Ford Square, 1501 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Schedule your service appointment online at FordSquare.com. 2-0 pitch coming. Ooh, just misses high. It's a 3-0 count here to Hilton. He walked a few times. Very effective in a leadoff capacity as he actually went 1 for 2 but walked 3 times a game ago. 3-0 pitch on the way in the dirt, and he'll walk again. Take his base and puts 1 on with 2 out for Brock Stewart.
Plenty of time to throw strikes. Got that big lead out there on the bump. Throw strikes, let your defense do the work.
Stewart, who took the loss in the bottom of the ninth inning a game ago into bat. 1 on and 2 out in the top of the third. 6-0 ball game. Pitch on the way. Ooh, just misses low and away. This could be a 1-0 count now here for Stewart, who grounded out to short his last time.
Plate jumping around just a little bit on Morgan.
1-0 the count, 2 gone, a runner aboard here in the third. Morgan out of the stretch, looks over his shoulder at the runner. Checks the sign, will fire on 1-0, and this is going to be sent into right. That'll drop for a base hit. Pike's some trouble within the outfield. That'll allow the runners to advance. If they're going to wave around, they are. They're going to wave the lead runner, Hilton. Will there be a play at the plate? There will not as the relay throw gets away, and sloppy defense allows a run across the plate for East Peoria.
Yep, that should never happen. As echoed from the dugout, that's one of those deals you can't let happen, a double miss, and basically an error. First error on Mount Vernon, and that's one of those that nobody on the coaching staff in that third base dugout's real happy with.
Can't imagine that is going to end
on the flip side of East Peoria let down, Mount Vernon can't let down up 6-1 now.
No. Got to keep your foot on it. 2 gone, a runner on second, 6-1 ball game as the Raiders in the shutout. The pitch in the dirt makes it 1 ball and no strikes now to Matt Rundle.
That's a good play by Weber. Couple of tough plays. It's a luxury. You got one catcher. It's even more of a luxury to have 2 that can play like Weber and Young can.
Been a nice development of catchers over time for the Rams. And, you know, when we started broadcasting games, it was Brian Sipe, followed by Grant Garrett and Colin Young, and now you have Thomas Weber, and, of course, the pitcher today, Tyler Morgan, in the process of development. 1-0 coming. Ooh, good pitch. There'll be 1 ball and 1 strike that just caught on the low edge of the zone.
Evens the count. Hitters don't like to mess with those low outside corner strikes.
1 ball, 1 strike with 2 outs in a 6-1 ball game. 1 run on 2 hits thus far for the Raiders. Morgan trying to get the Rams out of the inning. Weber set up. Here comes the pitch. Another good move behind the plate by Thomas Weber.
Yep.
That gives your pitcher some confidence.
You can throw just about anything you want up there.
Nice 1-2 catching combination here with Colin Young and Thomas Weber. Exactly right. 2-1's the count, 2 gone. Runner on second base. We're at the top of the third. Morgan will walk off of the bump. Thought about throwing back there. I think you really wanted to. But didn't. Of course, with 5 Jefferson County branches and responsive quality service for all of your accounts, Community First Bank would like to be the first to say, welcome back to personal banking. They are the official voice of the Rams. 2-1 pitch in route. This as well.
Now you got 2 quick outs. Now stay within yourself. Throw some strikes.
They're going to check on the runner. Back safely. Beats it back.
We're kind of out of the southwest right now. Imminent rain coming. It's in St. Louis.
Many of the forecasters bumped the rain up in the day. Thinking it would come through a little bit earlier. 3-1. Ooh, trying to turn on it. Swings and misses.
Fastball led her high, and Rundle was aiming for veterans out there.
Full count, 2 gone. Runner on second base. We're at the top of the third. Rams on top, 6-1. Morgan looks back, checks again, looks back, and here comes the full count offering in the dirt. It'll be a 2-out walk. So the Rams, for all intents and purposes, who have been working quickly thus far, things start to slow down here after a walk, a single and a walk, and a run across the plate, of course, for East Peoria. As the cleanup bat, Ryan Slusher will check in. Struck out his first appearance.
Well, you just don't want that team, when you got them down 6-0, kind of flop back around, you know what I mean?
Well, like we talked about, you just got to keep your foot on it, keep going. Right now, it's just 1 run. Got to limit the damage here and get out of the inning. Here comes the first pitch of the bat to Slusher. Good pitch across the inside corner. Right around the belt. It'll be 0-1. Sometimes all you can do is all you can do. You can't do any more. No balls, 1 strike with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Morgan looks back again. Now will fire out of the stretch and into the dirt. It's almost as if after he checks and checks, he's rushing his motion.
A little rush here, a little excitement, varsity start. You know, and playing here at the varsity a little different.
He slows it down a bit, better delivery, and crosses the outside corner of the right-handed bat.
Sometimes, like you said, when you rush that delivery and you throw too hard, you don't get the movement you expect to see out of pitches.
Classic overthrow. Trying to throw it 150. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 gone and 2 aboard here in the top third, 6-1 ball game. Morgan looks back. Better delivery this time, trying to get it across the outside corner, but just misses. And the count evens itself up at 2-2. Yeah, should we get to him, is on deck. He walked his first time up, back in the second, but was stranded. We await the 2-2. 2 outs and 2 aboard here in the third. Pitch on the way. Ooh, just misses low. 3-2. Counts full. You can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Don't forget to log on to WMIXSports.com every night, not only to find archived broadcasts, but to also check out our local scoreboard. Sorry if you're disappointed Monday and Tuesday. There's nothing to report. Just snowfall totals. We got it back on Wednesday, though, as this will be a 2-out walk to walk the bases loaded on the full count pitch.
That looks pretty good there.
Yeah.
Looks good, not great. Why wouldn't a strike?
There you go. What they tell us. Get you some scores here in just a little bit as we're near the top of the 3 o'clock hour. Game 2 of a doubleheader. I love Saturday doubleheaders. Don't know why, just always have. Here comes. First pitch right down the middle. 0-1 to Nim, who walked his last time up. We'll have another one on April the 13th against St. Anthony. 2 weeks. And I think that's our only doubleheader until May 18th against Highland. Well, unfortunately at home this year. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just like going to Highland. 0-1.
That's where we found.
That's where we found the tea gelato.
Tea gelato, man.
That's a new bait. That's partially why I'm disappointed. You know, I was on my way back from Triad. I took a weird way home. I forget where all I ended up. I ended up in Highland, and then came down everywhere. I was gonna stop and get some ski gelato, but I didn't feel like going that 160. 1-1 coming. Oop, this is high. If I get that far off track, he can go back to 161, I guess.
Right.
1 ball, 1 strike. But that ski gelato was absolutely phenomenal. What a great find that inadvertently was. By accident. We just thought it was gelato-flavored ski, and it ends up as a ski-flavored gelato.
Mm-hmm.
Classic. Bases are loaded here. 2 outs, 1-1 pitch. He's going to miss low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Doesn't take much to get us distracted.
No. In this case, Mount Vernon right now letting East Peoria up off the mat a little bit.
They'll check on the runner at second. Williams a great grab, but nothing doing. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2-1 count on the batter Nim here. Top of the third inning. The Raiders are trying to claw their way back into this one, trailing 6-1. 6 runs on 4 hits with an error for the Rams unofficially. 1 run, 2 hits, and an error now for the Raiders. Morgan gets out of the stretch, looks at the runner on third, calmly fires home, and that is going to be a strike because that was a great pitch.
Uh-oh. Now if you're Nim, you better kind of hang around home plate because you took off the first when it wasn't a strike. Now the runners will be off and moving. We got a little dirt in the eye.
Yeah.
Now a little check up here, a little shortstop Matthew Williams ready to go. Had a little dirt in the eye.
And they take care of it. Full count with 2 gone. Bases loaded. Big chance for the Raiders here in the top half of the third from Brennan Klein Field. Let's see what they can get going. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX. Online today at WMIXSports.com. Pitch on the way. Ground ball through the right side. Could play a couple. It'll be an RBI single for sure. Will it be a 2 RBI single? Yeah, they're not going to play at the plate. It'll be first and third.
What happens when you don't put teams down and they get back in the ball game? And that's what's kind of happening here with the Raiders.
Stewart. Got his number wrong. No, I don't.
No, you don't.
The coach and the player both have the same number.
Coach wasn't going to give his number up.
Well, then why should he? So it'll still be 2 aboard in the 6-3 ball game. It's 2 across the plate. We have a break in the action as Tim Holloway will make his visit out to the mound. Presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Stop by the locally owned Medicine Shop Pharmacy where customer service is their top priority. A priority indeed. It's a priority right now for the Rams to get this final out here in the third. Limited damage as all 3 runs have crossed the plate here in inning number 3 for the East Peoria Raiders in game number 2 of this double dip. going to try to calm down the junior pitcher making his first start today, as we see Kevin Ulrich grounded. No, he didn't. He singled his last time up. About 11 shy of the 3 o'clock hour. First game went a little long, went a little over the 2:15 mark, a little under the 2:15 mark, rather. Of course, tomorrow's Easter Sunday. We wish you the happiest and safest of Easters. Hopefully the rain won't impact the many sunrise services. Runners at the corners now for East Peoria. Pitch right down the middle. Good fastball. A lot of pop that time. Nothing to want.
Wind picking up. Isobars tightening means rain's coming through.
Well, nothing. We love to talk weather. Runners at the corners with 2 gone. An 0-1 count. Morgan shakes a couple of signs. Fires home. Sounds like he made a little bit of contact on the foul ball to make it 0-2.
It's in the Belleville area now.
Get this one in before it starts here. I think our buddy Phil Morris is around here somewhere. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, so the runner's going. Don't
let him go. Let's have the bag. Force ball.
Yep.
Monkey see, monkey do. Those of you don't know what happened.
Runner just started going off the first base. It's effective. You have to do it runners at first and third in order to get it done. You try to force the pitcher to balk. Some of us do. I know you're not used to that.
No, I'm not.
0-2 is the count with 2 gone, and now runners on second and third.
No, absolutely not. I brought that up.
So they'll dust off the plate again as the wind has really picked up. Doesn't feel like it to us, but I mean, the flags are waving. Of course, The American flag to the left, the Illinois State flag to the right. Remind me to tell you something off air on something we've discussed previously about this stadium and possible vandalism.
All righty.
As the 0-2 pitches at the dirt. 1-2 the count with 2 gone. Nothing like. I mean, it hasn't been analyzed again. I don't mean that.
Right.
Something we discussed. We couldn't figure out if something was missing or not. 1-2 is the count with 2 gone. Here it comes. Ground ball to third. Ooh, good play. Off the hop by Harrison. Fires over first. And now to retire the side and limit the damage to 3 runs here in the third. 6-3 Rams. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
How do the best continue to get better? Hi, this is Chase Landers with Landers Collision Centers. We're no different than any team. When you're at the top of your game, the best want to play for you. That's why, with the addition of our new shop foreman and the rest of our body shop crew, Landers now has a combined experience of over 70 years in dealing with the best parts and repair finishes on the market. This means when you walk into Landers, you can breathe a little easier knowing that your vehicle will receive the best quality repair by the best certified technicians within a reasonable amount of time. Again and again, we work directly with most insurance companies and have loaners and rental vehicles on site for your convenience. We're proud to not only be the standard, but to keep raising the bar in collision repair. Come meet the staff, take a tour of our facilities, and get to know the Landers crew that Landers Collision has so proudly acquired. Big or small, Landers fixes them all. Give us a call, 1-888-LANDERS. That's 1-888-LANDERS.
Back to Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
It's a 6-3 score as we head to the home half of the third inning. The Rams have scored 3 in each inning thus far. Can they keep that trend continuing? Jake Pike, Thomas Weber, Sawyer Harrison will get us started on Rams baseball here in the third, powered by Community First Bank. They welcome you back to personal banking. See Kathy, Marcia, Hillary, Blake, Lisa, Maggie, Karen, John, Gage, or Penny in Mount Vernon at either of the 2 Community First Bank locations. On Highway 37, otherwise known as 10th Street and or 42nd Street in Mount Vernon. Welcome back to Personal Banking, member FDIC. Nice music. Good times. As the warm-ups will finish, and we'll see the lefty Jake Pike get it started. Out for another inning is Lance Willis. Started the game, gave up 6 runs, but will come out for the third. Here comes the pitch on the way. It's going to miss low and away. 6-3 is your score. The wind goes back and forth between warm and chilly. breeze out here as Pike trying to turn on one on the 1-0, fouls it down in front of Quinn McClure, and it'll be 1-1.
Well, with that rain coming, wind's going to make up its mind. Currently blowing out to left.
One count, here we go. Pike is going to send this one to third. Rindle's had some troubles. David makes a nice play there and fires over in time.
I had to credit Jake Pike for hustling down the line. Made that into a close play, but a nice pick by Rundle.
Had some issues earlier, but got to remember this is now only the third game of the season.
Right.
For East Peoria. They're 0-2 on the year, lost to IVC to open up the year, and then it was a while before they played, and that was today.
Well,
first pitch to whoever swung across the plate, swung a miss, under one.
It's got to be hard to pitch to a bunch of ghosts. I mean, you don't know where they're at. They can move around the bases. You know?
Joke out, me, Joke. I got you. 0-1 coming. That is going to miss. That's the year of the turkey wrap when IVC went to the championship game?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
How horrible was that?
Oh, it was
green that
I
day.
was green as the outfield fence that day.
1-1 coming, swung a miss.
I had done nothing wrong. I had been a good boy.
No, you done a bad turkey wrap.
Oh, and I
remember said turkey wrap.
06.
That's eaten one ever since.
Not up there.
1-2 coming. Swung on a miss. Just like that, retired on strikes as Weber for a second time today. So with 2 outs, they'll bring up Harrison with the bases empty. He had a big game in Game 1. Had all 3 runs batted in a 3-2 victory that took 9 innings. The WMIX Sports Mobile Studios are driven by King City Christ, your Jeep headquarters for Southern Illinois. We'll tell you more about KCC after this. Foul back on the first pitch. Harrison's going to hustle down to first base. It's called a foul ball. Now he heads back. 0-1. Schedule your service appointments online at KingCityChrysler.com, or why bother? Just go to the Express Loop. No waiting for an oil change, or at least quick service, I should say. Can't guarantee there won't be a wait. They get you in and out. 0-1 count on the batter Harrison with 2 gone and the base is empty. Ooh, that's a strike on the outside corner on a well-placed pitch by Lance Willis. Clayton Reeves will go out to retrieve the foul ball. Not getting the start here in Game 2. Zach Gines, of course, out and left today. It's going to be 1-2. It misses outside to the right-handed Harrison. He was plunked and scored back in the second. As the Rams scored 3 in the first, 3 in the second to make it a 6-3 ball game. Of course, they led 6-0 until giving up 3 runs in the top of the third. We'll see if things settle down when they come back out defensively in the top half of the fourth. It'll be interesting. Tell you some scores. We'll get you some scores here in just a moment. 0-2 pitch on the way. Good curveball in the outside corner to retire the side. The backwards case sets the Rams down 1-2-3. Here through 3, it's 6-3 Mount Vernon. That's a lot of threes. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Welcome back to Personal Banking is more than our tagline at Community First Bank. It's the truth. From our 5 locations in Jefferson County, the debit cards tied to local schools that we offer, the dozens of scholarships we provide to local youth, and even our president who sits at the front door. The Community First Bank difference is apparent. Our mission as Jefferson County's premier community bank is to provide the best customer service around. Stop by one of our 5 locations and experience true personal banking. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
Rams Baseball is on WMIX and WMIXSports.com. As it is each and every day. Your home for every pitch of Rams Baseball is right here. Lady Rams Softball makes its season radio debut on Monday, weather permitting, finally, as the Lady Rams will travel to Waltonville to take on the Lady Spartans of Waltonville Cecil Lear. Can't wait for that one on Monday. Hope we get it in. We've already lost 3 ourselves, and they've lost about 5 or 6 games on the year due to weather. Lady Rams need to get some action. They are 2-2. They got 3rd place in the Fairfield Invite. We certainly hope we'll get that game in on Monday, because they will head to conference play as well, along with the Rams at both Marion and Carbondale.
Yeah, same day. Got off the Saturday.
I hate that.
Now everybody plays on the same day.
Drives me batty. Leading off will be Bobby Martin, who immediately takes the first pitch and sends a golf shot in the left, and that's going to be trouble at the wall. Giants is back to get it around first as Martin headed for second. The relay will come into Peninsky out there.
Yeah, that is Gines, who threw it into
Williams might be having my issues then. Because Peninsky's at short and Flota's at second base now.
Yeah.
Look at this. Hope he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So he sets the tone for the Rams defensively here in just a moment. 6-3 ball game in the fourth. That's a leadoff double.
That leadoff double was thrown right down the wheelhouse.
Mm-hmm. That'll bring up Plummer, followed by Willis here in the inning, trying to bunt the runner over to third, and that's going to miss low for a 1-0 count. 6-3 ball game here in the top half of the fourth inning. And the Rams aren't careful. East Peoria is going to find themselves within a run or two. Heck, if they do the same ratio the Rams did of 3 followed by 3, it would be tied through 3.5. We'll see what happens. Ooh, popped up the bunt, fouls it off 1-1. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That may not end well over there.
I'm kind of watching.
Oh, what cracks me up.
Oh, yes.
The 1-1 count. 6-3 ball game with a runner on second. Morgan looks back at the runner. He calmly delivers. Yep, and that was a good pitch. It's going to be bunted right back to the first baseman, Metter. Over to first to Flota. The 3-4 sacrifice does move the runner to the third. That's a good productive out.
But East Peoria, they're chipping away. Mentally tough here in this one, hanging around, wanting to get a split before they head back north. I don't know if you'd squeeze one in here. I wouldn't give up that out that easily.
Oh, no, on this one that I would. Maybe if you're lacking chances late. You just see it brewing over there to our left.
Oh, it's going to happen.
Runner on third, 1 out here in the fourth, and the first pitch to Willis, the right-handed bat, but left-handed pitcher's blown away from ball one.
Grandpa will have to step in over there and shut that game down real quick. Well, the game's stopped now. The oldest one has had enough. I think he's probably seen this one story before.
Oh, Morgan gets set as he looks at the runner on third, and just a piece of it's popped up behind the plate. Weber gives chase and makes a nice grab behind him. And that'll be 2 away. Good play by Thomas Weber.
That ball, of course, on the infield, anytime there's a pop-up on the infield, you always have to take an extra step or two back, but that ball's going to rotate back to you. As tall as Thomas is, you don't have to worry about that. You just stick those long arms up, makes that catch there. He's got some height. Tough with that catcher's mitt, too. Not easy. Carrying equipment around, all that. That's a nice play. Tough play made easy by Thomas Weber.
So that could limit the damage here with a runner on third base and a left-handed bat, Tyler Hilton. Rams trying to get out of the inning with 2 outs here at the top of the fourth of a 6-3 ball game. Let's see what Hilton does. Spins it into left center. Hey, it's well-handed Thomas to make the grab. Oh, hum. We are through 3.5. Stays 6-3 Rams. This is Mountain of Baseball from WMIX Sports.
The Medicine Shop wants to become your pharmacy of choice. It's so easy to transfer your prescription. All it takes is a phone call from you. And the Medicine Shop will take care of the rest. They accept Medco, TRICARE, Express Scripts, and many 90-day plans as well. Plus, you'll find their pharmacy staff so helpful. No long wait times, no hassles getting in and out of their pharmacy. Here's pharmacist and pharmacy owner Eric Black.
In almost every case, if a person has PPO or HMO insurance where they pay a copay at the cash register, that copay will be identical wherever you go. And even if your card says Humana or Walmart or Walgreens, chances are you can use that prescription card anywhere. Just to be sure, give us a call and we can tell you over the phone if that's the case with your specific plan.
Don't forget to ask the Medicine Shop about delivery service to your home or workplace. Convenience and friendliness, all for the same cost. Only at the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
And we welcome you back to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Due up, it'll be Peninsky, Giants, and I'm guessing Flota, perhaps, depending upon the severity of the injury to Matthew Williams that we do not know, and we aren't going. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler on Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank. Lefty Willis back out for another inning. Here comes the first pitch to Peninsky. He'll take it on the outside corner for strike one. It's 0-1. Community First Bank, you may be unaware, has 5 Jefferson County locations. See Debbie and Wanda in Woodlawn, right across from the grade school. Community First Bank, welcome back to personal banking.
What if the doubleheader's over the other side of the town?
Now that is more logical now.
Yeah.
It's 1-1 to Peninsky. Hayden gets to start at second base here in game number 2. Pitch in route, going to miss outside. 2-1 count to Peninsky. Giants on deck for the Rams. Peninsky reached on an error and scored back in the second. When the Rams took a 6-0 lead, it's since become 6-3. Lefty will wind and fire. Ooh, catches a liberal outside corner. 2-2.
I don't think you got that yesterday.
Yeah. Probably would have. No, because I gotcha. 2-2 coming right down the middle, fouled off. Now we'll stay 2-2. Mr. Giants going to get a workout for you. Gets this at bat. Peninsky at the dish, 2-2 count. Nobody on, nobody out as Hayden gets us started in the home half of the fourth of a 6-3 contest. Rams won the first game 3-2. It's going to come inside. The count's full. Good at bat here by Peninsky. Good start. The Polish power. Of course, I've often used that term for you.
Yeah.
We could transfer as
Polish rifles.
Yes. Counts to stick to that one, so we call him the Polish power. Is this going to be fouled off?
Well, I parked there by left.
Yeah. Oh, no, those spaces were ever occupied.
Yeah, people are getting smart.
Yeah.
Parked down by the soccer net.
Oh, that soccer net hasn't always been there. Full count, and it's going to miss outside. Leadoff walk issued to Hayden Peninsky. He'll take his place on base for the second time today.
East Peoria bus going to go over and get those kids. And those kids, oh, yeah, we're done. Ready to go home and get over here. We're in the fifth. Sorry.
No. Hey, sorry about that. We went extras.
Yeah.
6-3 score. Rams have a runner on first. Nobody out in the bottom half of the fourth inning, looking to do damage here. Zach Giants will step in. He sacrificed his last time. Waves and misses. It'll be 0-1. Tony Wilt brings you the scoreboard updates. Find him online at TonyWilt.com. Look for him in his office, or by all means, try to find that white State Farm Jeep around town. It's the new Where's Waldo craze. Where's Tony? Where's the State Farm Jeep? 0-1. Swung on a miss. It's 0-2 to Giants.
Coach Holloway, a.k.a. Bobby Cox, talking down there in the third base. Coach's box.
That make Fulkerson, Leo Mazzoni.
Make it something.
Soft ground ball. Left side of the mound picked up by the pitcher. Willis will fire over to first in time. Swinging about that.
It makes Coach Fulkerson something. Not sure what it is.
Oh, man. He's definitely added a lot to the character factor in his few years of helping out with Rams baseball. Of course, he had helped out in other ways, more than just in the dugout.
Well, Mr. Float in the leadoff spot now.
First pitch on the way to Trevor is going to come well inside. And it's strike one.
And inside enough for a strike. Amazing how that works.
Funny. Funny ha-ha, not funny hee-hee. 0-1 is the count with a runner aboard. One out in the bottom of the fourth, 6-3 ball game. Hey, let's pretend like we're going to check on the runner at second base. As the crowd falls to a lull. Couldn't do without Second Chance Auto, however. They have the largest selection of pre-owned vehicles, priced at $10,000 in one location. About 142 East in Mount Vernon. Ground ball to the second baseman. Plummer's going to pick it up and fire to first for the 4-3 for the second out.
Advances the runner. So it was not a wasted out.
Good thing he didn't step on the back himself, or a run could have scored because he was headed to the dugout.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he?
Yeah, he thought they were already
taken off. Uh-oh, Kangaroo Court called to donate some money.
We both owe a few bucks for throwdown.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's kind of how I'm getting to be. Here comes. Is that 2 bits? Or is 2 bits 25 cents?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
They're getting skipped in the rain almost to Nashville.
Front row. It's a 1-0 count here on Landon Thomas. That's almost an official game.
Yep.
He'll take a strike in the inside corner to even the count at 1-1. Well, T back in the box. 1-1 count, 2 gone. Runner on third base here in the bottom of the fourth. 6-3 game, and he'll look a strike into the 1-2. Interesting.
Rams will be at Marion Tuesday, home Wednesday, at Carbondale Thursday.
Who do they have at home?
Escuda Wednesday, and then home Friday against the Beast.
The Valley. Followed by the Southwestern after a couple trips to the South 7.
Yep.
2-2.
Yep, the
That's
League
inside.
used to be on the front game of the football schedule.
Yeah. Week 1. Here comes. Ooh, a golf shot into right field on the run and diving. Oh, my gosh, that's going to be a fair ball. Landon Thomas is going to be around second, headed for third as Spinensky scores. This could be an RBI triple for Landon as he'll get dirty. And a 2-out RBI triple for Thomas. And it looks like maybe Ulrich is going to have it. They could have come up with it, but
Failed
good.
attempt.
They said.
Didn't get it.
LT can run.
Yes.
Affirmative. C. We.
Just pulled that fastball down that right field line, and there was nothing there. Right fielder made a good play. Just couldn't catch it.
And now a pass ball is going to allow Thomas to come around to score. It's going to be 8-3. Wow. Rams have turned it up a notch here in the fourth.
Mount Vernon has 8 runs on 4 hits, so they've had some gifts to get the 8 runs, but it's all the same.
Credit Colin Young for getting out of the way and letting Thomas know to come home. 1-0 is the count. 2 gone here in the fourth inning. 8-3 ball game as the Rams lead is back to 5. Young has the bases empty here with a Colton Metter on deck. Willis gets set. He'll fire, and it's going to miss the outside corner. So 1 ball, 1 strike now. We're on Twitter at WMIX Sports. We hope you'll give us a follow if you haven't already. We're almost to our next plateau. We'd like to get there sooner rather than later. 2-0 coming. Got to catch the outside corner this time.
They caught the corner, and the catcher didn't catch it.
Make that 1-2. I don't even know. 2-1. What? I think not. Mechanics are all I asked for. 2-1's the count with 2 gone. Base is empty in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. Here it comes. Ooh. Tried to come inside. What a nifty grab by Thomas Weber. Equipment on and everything.
Yeah.
Just hops over the fence and leans over and grabs it with the mitt. Good work. Pretty impressive. The Rams backstop today. The other backstop, the DH right now, has a 2-2 count. Young will send this to right center on the run as Hilton. And he'll make the grab. We are through 4, but the Rams score a couple more. It's 8-3. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
You'll notice right away that Second Chance Auto doesn't depend on fancy sales gimmicks. Instead, you'll only find honest deals with no credit checks and instant approval. Take your income tax rebate and use it on the great quality used vehicle you really want. Cars, trucks, minivans, along with small, mid-size, and full-size SUVs. Most priced under $10,000 with 3-month or 3,000-mile warranty. Family owned for over 32 years, serving the families in our region. Located on Route 142 East in Mount Vernon. Call 244-4582.
Startup businesses, and they come in the door, they're pretty green.
Randy Atkinson, owner of Heartland Accounting, on why he is a small business expert.
I have had businesses where I've talked to people in their garage and have grown it to work in 3 states. There's a lot of tremendous opportunity to help people from the very inception of their business, whether it's just talking about what does it take to become successful, what sorts of things do we need to stay legal. I feel very qualified to help people get to where they want to be. I've had that experience and have helped that situation become successful.
Heartland Accounting, 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B.
You're listening to Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
8-3 as we head to the top of the fifth. Rams up 5. They score 2 more in the bottom half of the fourth. We'll see 2, 3, and 4 for East Peoria. Brock Stewart, Matt Rundle, and Ryan Slusher for the Raiders, barring any changes to their lineup. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX. Mount Vernon, a free service from Withers Broadcasting. Wow, I blew that window. 13 passed.
Uh-oh. FCC will be calling. I got news for you. That's the first one here. It's not the first one anywhere else.
Yeah, there we go. Even do the bottom that I don't have to do. I hear others do it, so I do it. Monkey see, monkey do with the Cardinal Baseball Network, which is back. Regular season action on Monday. I forget the pregame time. I'm only the one that does most of that. As it's going to be
they are in Arizona. Speaking of that, Peoria becomes a Cardinal Class A affiliate this year.
The Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
How awesome is that? 1-0. I love affiliated minor league baseball.
Boy, don't I ever.
I went to,
wouldn't that be
I tell you about that, 2-0, when I went to Myrtle Beach a few years ago, went to the California-Carolina League All-Star game.
Wouldn't
Home
that
of the
be
Pelicans.
nice?
Yeah. Our something stadium, 2-0 coming. Inside. Ooh, good comebacker. Morgan, great hands, fires over to first base, and 1-3 to first down.
Great pitch. Got it on the hands of Stewart. It was more of a protective swing than it was an actual swing offensively.
So that'll bring up Arundel. Right-handed bat reached on a walk his last time, so he walked. How about could just said that? He walked. Later scored. Right now it's 8-3 as the Rams got 2 of those runs back in the fourth. Morgan will wind and fire. This one's going to be a scant low. In a way, 1-0. On deck, of course, is Slusher. He's 0 for 1. See what Morgan can do here on the 1-0 pitch. Weber gets set up. Here comes. Ooh, offers a great location. Good grab by Thomas to frame the pitch, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike down to Arundel.
I like to see Morgan go the distance this one. Save some arms.
Well, if he goes the distance, it's the way it is. He's going to have had a great outing. Here comes. Good pitch. Arundel thought it was coming well inside, but the movement just kind of died on it. It fell right into the middle of Weber, right across the inside corner of the plate to the right-handed bat. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes with 1 out. Base is empty here in the top of the 5th. Pitch on the way. Oh, my gosh.
Curveball, a little high in the zone, but nothing Randall could do with it.
Uncle Chuck's home for Easter. Dang, did you see that? Yeah. Good grief. And it's 8-3 still with 2 outs. The base is empty in the 5th. Oh, my goodness. That was nasty. I didn't want anything to do with that. Red Lake College, though, can save you thousands of dollars on your college education. You can find them online at rlc.edu. Their play that was originally Into the Woods, of course, the darker look inside the Grims, will actually be tonight at 7. It was snowed out on Sunday. Your tickets for Sunday are good tonight. Or you just get them at the box office, what I prefer to do. Tickets are $12. Red Lake College Theater. Great performance. Don't miss it. 1-0 is the count on the batter, Slusher. Pitch on the way. Ooh, this could be fouled off. Don't forget Super Demo Day coming up on April the 6th. That's next Saturday. Those of you who keep track of the calendar at home. Oh, that's an old tweet I'm looking at. 1-1 in around to the right-handed batter. Wow, comes inside on him, swings and misses.
Good movement by Morgan. Gets through this 5th, he'll be eligible for a win.
Well, get through it. Let's see what happens here. Trying to go 1-2-3. 1-2 pitch on the way. Oh, my God. Hello. Bottom fell on that on the inside corner, and that's going to be rung up as strike number 3. 1-2-3 go to Raiders in the 5th. We're through 4.5. It's 8-3 Mount Vernon. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Learn to live healthy, learn to live well, and learn how you can live free from unexpected medical expense with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance and the Page Agency. Health insurance that covers hospital, medical, and surgical expenses offers a wide choice of deductibles and a non-tobacco user discount, too. Rising medical costs don't have to be a problem with a major medical expense policy from Pekin Insurance. This is coverage we hope you'll never need, but you just can't be without. Call the Page Agency at 242-7000 about a major medical health insurance plan today.
I'm Andy Robb with a look at your next rad weather. This afternoon, rather cloudy skies with a shower or two, high 60. Mostly cloudy tonight, you'll see some showers, low 47. Sunday, mostly sunny and pleasant, high 62. Tomorrow night, low 35. Cloudy skies, colder with a bit of rain on Monday for a high 44. Mostly sunny Tuesday, high 47. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Find us on Facebook under WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
To the bottom of the 5th we go after this 1-2-3 top. Good pitching effort by Tyler Morgan to get 2 strikeouts in the top half of the 5th, and even had a touch on the first out as there's a ground ball comebacker. And with relative ease, Tyler Morgan threw the runner out. Of course, the Rams now in the offensive spectrum will send up Colton Metter, Jake Pike, and Thomas Weber in the bottom half of the inning. Pretty good effort thus far. The Rams lead 8-3, 8 runs on just 5 hits.
Good. Get a couple wins in here. If we head into that busy schedule next week, it'd be nice.
Lefty Willis will come out for inning number 5. It'll be Metter due up. Right-hander is grounded out to third, which is where, if I'm not mistaken, he started out last year. Got a score. Go ahead.
In win over El Dorado in 5, 10-0. Woodlawn softball beat Vandalia 13-3
after they beat St. Elmo earlier.
17-1.
Here comes the first pitch of the inning. It's a strike right across the plate. Scoreboard updates powered by Tony Wilkes State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony here in Mount Vernon. Just look for him in his office. Log on to TonyWilkes.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town and get you a better state. 0-1. Howard into foul territory on the first base side. Coming away with it is Martin. Pardon me.
It's darker out here, or is it just me?
It's getting darker, but I got something to say about that Benton game off the air. Remind me.
All right.
Kind of like if a tree falls in the woods type.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Maybe May.
Game may not have happened. Here comes Spike, and he will rip one into center field. Hilton will make the grab. Hit it where he was.
You can hang laundry on it. Well, unfortunate is that Hilton was out there to catch all that laundry. On that hard line drive, 2 quick outs.
8-3, Mount Vernon on top, 2 outs and nobody on now for Thomas Weber. 0 for 2 today. Looking to get on for the first time.
Game on behind us again.
Bob's up on the first pitch foul. Uh-oh.
Yep.
They're nothing if not humorous. As it's 0-1 here to Weber. Rams baseball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. 5 Jersey County locations. Think about all the sports they've brought you on WMIX this season. As the 0-1 slips outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Weber.
About 115 games?
Wow,
More than that.
Rams football, Lady Rams volleyball, Lady Rams basketball, the Jefferson County Basketball Showcase, boys and girls, and now spring athletics. Soft hit ground ball, a little trouble from Plummer. Weber races down, but not in time on the run. Throw is perfectly in time. It's going to be 4-3 to retire the side. And 1-2-3 go the Rams. Through 5, 8-3 Mount Vernon. This is Rams baseball presented by Community First Bank.
I know you've heard about mortgage rates being all-time lows, but have you done anything about it yet? Hi, I'm Rick Pigg, mortgage lender at Community First Bank. There's never been a better time at buying a home or refinancing an existing mortgage. The sooner you act, the more you save, and we'll be there to help you through every step of the way. For more information, visit us at comfirstbank.net or stop by one of our 5 locations.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to Personal Banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers' reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment, plus free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. Listen to us from any device at WMIXsports.com. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Welcome back. WMIX Sports presentation of Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. You can follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports or find us on Facebook. We're WMIX Sports there as well. We do have a YouTube channel among some other great things you'll find at WMIXsports.com, including archive broadcasts and video highlights. A lot of other things. Broadcast schedules on there. That's ever so important as we go down this stretch of the season. Tyler Morgan pitching to Jim in the 5th inning as he got 2 strikeouts and a comeback. Let's see if he can keep that momentum continuing here into the 6th as it's 8-3. Of course, Morgan has pitched well, and outside of a few walks, it ended up coming back to hurt them in the 3rd. But with plenty of run support here today, we'll see if he can shut him down here in inning number 6. All Stars and Stitch is one of our booster sponsors. If you can put a logo on it, All Stars and Stitch, probably print it. See Big Dave at All Stars, just west of Benton High School, or call 435-5555. If you're getting into business, hint, hint, they also do full vehicle reps. Your company vehicle. Do pretty good work, too. As Nim leads it off, short bunt, bunts it back to foul, and it's 0-1.
It was a bunt, wasn't too concerned. Had it been a swing and a ball back to the backstop, I would have been ducking. The accuracy or lack thereof of this net.
The accuracy ready to go in one of the places, 2 of the places near us. 0-1 coming. In the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Had a good look to it, but the bottom fell out too soon. So now it's 1-1 here to Nim. Ulrich and Martin to follow here in the top of the 6th inning. Morgan out of the windup will fire. Here comes. Ooh. Good release point. Is this going to be a ground ball to short? Fires across. Paniski makes it look easy, and that'll be 6-3 for your first down.
Nice play by Hayden. Made it look smooth and easy, getting over there to Metter. There's the 6th.
WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, of course, as you know, driven by Ford Square and King City Chrysler Center. Get your service appointments online at FordSquare.com and or KingCityChrysler.com. As this is not Ulrich, this is McGee. So McGee will take a first pitch ball low. I'm assuming it's McGee.
It is.
Felt like the major leaguer, as this is going, not that major leaguer, but the other one. Yeah, Casey, I think now the Pirate. Gar.
He's been all over the Central Division, halfway home. Actually, 3/4.
2-0 the count with one gone. The base is empty. McGee will take a strike down the middle, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
He's 3/5 of the way home playing for teams.
See what else I got here. Plenty. Top of the 6, 8-3 ball game. Rams on top looking to sweep a second doubleheader this year. 1A state champs come to town on Saturday, April the 13th. Plenty of baseball between now and then. Hopefully some softball as well. 3-1 count. Pitch on the way. It's going to be right across the plate for a full count now to McGee. Martin, it looks like, still on deck here for the Raiders. See if we can get on the full count here in the top of the 6th with 1 out. Ooh, and this is going to be sent the opposite way. Foul down the line, past the fence. No, it's going to stay in. Looks like it's going to get over that fence. Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show will come your way after this one, where we'll have your Heartland Accounting postgame numbers. See just how long this one goes. As of right now, nowhere near the length of the last one. That one went 9, and the Rams won that 3-2 in extra innings. Sawyer Harrison had the walk-off hit. Morgan fires. Here it comes, and that's going to ring him up. Ooh, that was a little low, but Mount Vernon will take it. That's 5 now, I think, rung up on the day. Actually, 5 strikeouts. 2 rung up. 3 frontwards, 2 backwards. They have the strikeouts thrown by Tyler Morgan. He'll get set, 2 outs, and that'll bring in Bobby Martin. First pitch is going to be low and away. Ball 1. Lumber on deck here for the Raiders so they can keep the inning going.
Need to raid the offensive closet if you're East Peoria.
1-0 coming. Ooh, swung on a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases are empty. Top half of the 6th inning. The Rams with a comfortable 5-run lead at this point. You need to continue to shut them down. 1-2 coming, a little low in the dirt, 2-1. Session stand was delightful today. Glad we were able to partake. We're very thankful for the no-bake cookies that we had. Mrs. Thomas, very kind. Delicious, gone, long gone. Not a drop left. 2-1. Pitch is on the way. Ooh, a ground ball is going to see its way through. A C&I single on the left. And this will put a runner aboard with 2 outs here in the 6th.
5th hit on the day for the Raiders. Go with their 3 runs, and this might be all she wrote is Mr. Fulkerson is, what is he doing? He's grabbing a mitt for some reason. Metter coming in.
Quite possibly.
Let's see. We got all kinds of bodies everywhere.
As the Rams are going to try to shut this inning down. Metter might see his first action on the mound. Fulkerson looks like he has the first baseman's head off. We'll see what happens. 8-3 your score in the 6th.
Okay, Mr. Morgan, 5 2/3.
No.
No?
Sorry. No, you're right on that.
5 2/3, 5 hits, 3 runs, but all earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Mr. Morgan can be the winner. Cannot be the loser.
Sawyer Harrison is going to be your pitcher. Colton Metter goes to third base. Colton started last year at third base, but then came up lame with an injury at Salem to open up the year. Had to sit for a few games, and then came back, and next thing we know, he's over at first.
Well, if you overthrow the first base, then now it's your own fault.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Sarah Staley of Country Financial is one of our Rams Booster sponsors. We you don't know or understand about your existing policies can end up hurting you and your family. With the right help with Country Financial, almost any family can achieve financial security. Develop a plan to meet your goals with your Country Financial representative in Mount Vernon, Sarah Staley. We appreciate Sarah and Country Financial for their help with Rams athletics here on WMIX. Sawyer Harrison stands to be your next pitcher. Actually, is your next pitcher, as he is warming up right now in front of us. Fulkerson comes in at first base. Weber remains your catcher. Flota's still at second with Spinitsky at short. Third baseman is now Colton Metter, as he just goes across the diamond. Looks like it remains Gines, Thomas, Pike in the outfield from left to right. So Morgan stands to be the winner today and had a pretty good outing.
Yeah. Can be the winner. Had a good start. And the win is, I mean, it was a good effort. We've seen two good efforts there from Flota and Morgan from their starting positions.
What's the radar looking like?
That's close.
Hey, you know what? I could just look at that on my iPhone or iPad.
You could.
I have like a million devices here. Sure laziness on my part. 1 on, 2 outs, out the 6, 8-3 ball game. Harrison into work. We'll pitch out the stretch. First pitch is going to miss the outside corner. Want to know? What do I know? You warned me before.
Yes, I have tried.
1-0 coming. That's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Get this one over with. 1-1's the count. Runner on first base, 2 outs, top of the 6th inning. That's going to come inside, hit the dirt.
See what I'm saying?
Yes, I see it.
It's and that's hitting the ground. Is what that looks like on the radar. So things need to pick up and get going here.
Where are we? 6?
Top of the 6th.
I filled out my book with ease. I was already in the 8th with zeros. Here comes inside. I'll have to turn in. It's going to be 3-1 to Plummer. With the pitcher Willis on deck. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on WMIX, Mount Vernon, Marion, Terre Haute, free service from Withers Broadcasting. Terre Haute, the movie A Christmas Story. 3-1 coming. Oh, this is high. That's going to be a 2-out walk. 2 aboard.
Trouble brewing here. Got to quit throwing the gas on the fire here in this case.
Scores from around the area. Of course, we'll have a scoreboard later tonight on WMIXSports.com. Oh, first pitch across the outside corner to Willis. He falls behind on the Harrison fastball. 0-1. We're scoreboard updates here on your radio are powered by Tony Wilton, State Farm Insurance. For all your insurance and financial service needs, see Tony here in Mount Vernon, or better yet, log on to TonyWilton.com or look for the white State Farm Jeep around town. No longer red, it's white now, as the 0-1 is fouled off. The catcher Weber, 0-2. Fulkerson will come out to get that. Looks it over, gives it the old once over. Things appear to be okay with it. Might put that one back. 0-2 the count with 2 outs, but 2 aboard here in the 6th. Ooh, that's going to be a dirt good block by Weber. Kept it in front. That's what's most important. Knew exactly where it was, and we'll do it again on the 1-2.
Drop down, straight down.
It's not easy to do.
No, it is not.
Credit the East Peoria faithful who made the trek down. Not an easy drive. 1-2 coming. It's going to miss high. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It's a very wet wind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's close. I mean, radar's telling us it's
very moist.
Just down yonder in the west side of the county, like maybe Woodlawn.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch on the way. Low for ball 3, so a full count now. Here, game 2 of a doubleheader. 8-3, Rams on top.
Today, raindrops will be hitting any time.
Why we are back to a bit away, because I knew it was coming at some point. But we're not flush with the wall. We may not be far enough back.
Well, we may. I think if coming from the direction it is, we'll be all right.
Well, no, it comes down from the awning. Full count, drop straight down. It's going to be fouled back. We'll do it again.
If not, we'll move, or we'll get plastic out.
I have any.
Or we'll...
Well, I do. I'm just teasing. I'm always prepared.
I didn't think you'd leave anything at home.
Ooh, it was in the Merlot studio.
In the Merlot. Maybe that's the reason why the tree didn't fall in the forest.
Here we go. Full count with 2 gone. 2 aboard here for the Raiders. That's going to come high and tight. Now the bases are loaded.
Yep. Wind picks up a little bit more behind us. Have to throw strikes.
You're in the top of the 6th inning. Bases are loaded for the Raiders. As Hilton comes up. We're back to the top of the order. Rams need something to get them out of this inning. 5 2/3 innings strong from Tyler Morgan today. Would hate to waste that. Here comes the first pitch high and away. 1 ball and no strikes now to Hilton. He walks back to third and scored. He's grounded out to second. That was back in his first appearance. Flew out to center back in the 4th to end it. Now with a major RBI chance with the bases crammed here in the 6th. 2 outs. It's going to be high and away. 2-0. Bases loaded here at the top of the 6th inning. Lefty at the plate, Tyler Hilton. Harrison will wind and fire outside. 3-0. Good save by Weber.
Well, 1 pitch away from walking in a run.
That's not where you want to be if you're the Rams right now. Not at all. Home half of the 6th for Mount Vernon will be Harrison, Koninsky, and Giants, barring any changes to the lineup. Right now, Hilton's trying to make it a ball game again. I don't think he feels comfortable with anything less than 5. Not the rate with which they've loaded the bases today. 3-0 count, hitters count. That's going to be a strike down the middle, 3 balls and a strike now. Gosh, that's just a moist breeze. Oh, yeah. Pitch will saturate and start raining. 3-1. Pitch is on the way, and that's a fastball powered past Hilton. Full count. Rams are a strike away from getting out of the inning, but the count is full. Needs something to happen here. The lefty Hilton will dig back in. The runners will all take a lead here on 2 outs. They will be going. Full count, and there they go. Pitch on the way, and that's going to be in the dirt for ball 4, and that'll walk around in. It's 8-4.
It's not what you want, giving away free runs. Tim Holloway will make a trip to the mound. Sawyer Harrison will go to third. Here comes Colton Metter. They'll flop. We'll have some more warm-ups.
Breaking the action presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway in Mount Vernon. Customer service is their top priority, and just trying to get this one in before the rain hits.
Well, it's a legal game now.
Right. Colton Metter will get his first pitching action this year. Harrison back over to third base. We'll get some warm-up pitches here. Of course, this has been an interesting game thus far. Got started about 2:07. We actually had a 2-hour and 13-minute game, number 1, as it went 9, as the Rams win that 3-2. Now they came back. They scored 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second, gave up 3 in the third, and it scored 2 more in the fourth. And that's how we stand right now at 8-3, as we're still in progress in the 6th, with 1 run having crossed the plate to make it 8-4. It's still not done. The bases are loaded with 2 outs. The right-hander Colt Metter will come in to try to shut down this 6th inning. 6th inning that seems to have gotten away from the Rams thus far. See if they can get out of it. Well, Metter will continue to warm up. Nobody else will be changed or affected by this pitching change. You can follow us on Twitter. We're at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook. We're also at WMIXSports.com. Always glad to have you with us, regardless of how you may be accessing us. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski. Jesse Clark back in our Mount Vernon studio. Rams trying to get this one done. Tim Holloway's going to talk to Thomas Weber for a second. Give some instruction. We should be back to play shortly as the right-hander. Brock Stewart will stand in. Took the loss in game number 1.
Right now, tying runs down at the plate. So now it's a game. You got to get out of this inning here and limit this damage to 1 run. That's the story here.
Bases loaded with 2 outs, top of the 6th, 8-4 game. Metter will come out of the windup. Pitch on the way is going to be a strike across the outside corner to Stewart. Falls behind 0-1.
And the other situation is games Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 2 today. Everybody can throw. Colton Metter's got to throw strikes here.
Saw what happened when Rams pitching staff quit throwing strikes against Waterloo. Can't have that happen here, and now it's 0-2 as that also catches the outside corner. Metter's set and ready to go with the next one. Rams baseball, of course, powered by Community First Bank. Say more about them as we get back into the bottom of the 6th and into the 7th on the 0-2. Ground ball to first. In between the legs of Fulkerson, and a couple of runs are coming around to score. Here's Plummer. Following him is Willis. And it will be first and third here with 2 outs. It becomes 8-6.
Well, no RBIs, an E3 in the wickets. And now we have a ball game. 8-6, correct? Yep. Can't give it a hit. I mean, it just went right through the 5-hole, Bill Buckner style. And now the go-ahead run is at the plate. As the Ram defensive short outs come into play.
It is now 8-6. First pitch to Rundle. Swung through for a strike. So no balls and a strike for Rundle, of course, who's 0 for 2 today. Walked and scored back to third, and they're going to check on that runner at first. Nothing doing. Well, Metter on, and Harrison's going to have a brief conversation with his pitcher. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. 1 strike. How about that? Runners are at the corners. Tying runs at first base. Go ahead, run at the plate. Matt Rundle. Metter gets set out of the stretch, comes with it. Just misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike with Slusher on deck. And East Peoria in danger of batting around here in the 6th inning. They've played at 3. Good thing the Rams had that outburst in the 4th. Metter's set. Here comes. Inside, jams them, but that could be trouble. Is there going to be anybody there to get to it? No. Good pickup by Giants with the bare hand, and it's 8-7.
Oh, man. Just when you think, and again, I have to credit East Peoria. They could have very well, getting down 6-0, could have just said, let's get on the bus, let's get a 5-inning game in here and go home. They are battling here, absolutely battling in this ball game.
Go-ahead run is on first base. 8-7 now. It's 4 runs across the plate for East Peoria, all with 2 outs. Metter will fire, and this is going to be a wild pitch, and the second and third will go to the runners.
And if you're Mount Vernon, you're looking for somebody to throw strikes. You don't want to have to go dip into an arsenal that you need next week. And that's where Tim Holloway and staff are at right now.
Trying to avoid using Tyler Ellis, obviously.
Your best medicine may be a rain.
At this point.
I mean, I don't want to hope for a rain out, but if you're Mount Vernon, you can't get people to throw strikes. You may have to call some J.P. kids and say, get over to the ball field.
Pitch on the way, and it's right down the middle to Slusher. So it's 1-1 now. The wild pitch was high. Got to the backstop. Probably could not hear it on the radio.
Looks cold back there in the bleachers.
Not too warm up here at the 0-1 count, but it's going to be high inside. 2-1.
Oh, it's like a little chilly back there. That sun lamp, we never had the sun all day. Boy, it is chilled out.
1 ball, 1 strike. 2 aboard. They're both in scoring position. RBI chance to take the lead here for East Peoria. And that is going to be a great stop by Harrison to keep it in front, but it's a tie ball game as Stewart will cross the plate.
Yep. All the way back down from 6-0 to 8-8. And this East Peoria team has impressed me. Not giving up.
Community First Bank of the Heartland is the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams. WMIX, WMIXsports.com. With 2 outs and runners at the corners, him and the Raiders are threatening to take the lead here as they've had a 5-run 6 thus far. Not exactly what the doctor ordered for the Rams, who are just trying to get out of the inning, up 8-4. 4 runs on 2 outs now for East Peoria. And the first pitch to Nim is going to miss outside for ball 1.
And what Mount Vernon's learned in the last couple of days, when you let down on defense and don't make those routine plays, that's can happen.
We're learning some lessons here today. They took Game 1 3-2 in extras. Well, they have to go to extra innings today. The 1-0 pitch is high for 2-0.
This East Peoria team got a little energy in the dugout.
The Rams dugout's pretty well quiet right now. Of course, they're out in the field, so that does make a difference, doesn't it?
Oh, boy. Got to throw strikes. Now the Mount Vernon dugout starts moving around.
Those that are in it. Hey, there's a bus.
Yeah, but that's East Peoria.
Yeah. Well, our team wouldn't be on a bus.
Yeah. Nope.
I gathered that on the 3-0. High inside for ball 4. Support pitches and a walk now. Him, who actually had grounded out earlier in the inning to start it off. So now, I believe, sir, the bases are loaded again with 2 outs.
Yes, they are.
And this will bring up Kevin, or excuse me. No, it's Ulrich again. Make note of that. Bases loaded. Ooh. He's looking for Bears. He fouled that off the right field line. Hey, he's coming to hit the stick.
Yeah, he's ready.
0-1 with the bases loaded. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. East Peoria scored 5 to tie it at 8. Here comes the pitch on the way from Colt. On the miss low, 1-1. So now, you've erased any chance of a decision for Tyler Morgan. And with the 1-1 and 2 outs, here we go. Swung on a miss, put it past him. 1 ball, 2 strikes with Martin on deck. Second Chance Auto, one of our many sponsors. Largest selection of pre-owned priced under $10,000 in one location. Second Chance Auto, Route 142 East. In Mount Vernon, proud sponsors of the Mount Vernon Rams. Here comes the 1-2 from Metter. It's foul. Look out. And it is going to be 1-2 all over again. And here's the JV team in to watch. All right. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. We're tied at 8 here at the top of the 6th inning. 5 runs across the plate. The 1-2 is going to be fouled back. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're on the Twitterverse at WMIX Sports. We're on Facebook as well. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. Back to the studio is Jesse Clark. Back at it on Monday, we hope, for Lady Rams softball at Waltonville. Bases loaded. The 1-2 pitch is on the way. That's in the dirt. Count even to 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Oh, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 batters in this inning.
2-2 the count on the batter, Ulrich. The bases are loaded, top of the 6th. 2 outs. Rams trying to get out of this inning. They need to. 5 runs across the plate. It's getting ready to be a ground ball to second. Float awaits for it. Scoops over to shortstop Peninsky, who makes the grab. Rams get out of the inning, but the damage definitely done. Tied at 8 after 5.5. This is Mount Vernon Baseball from WMIX Sports.
State Farm, this is Jessica.
Hey, Jessica, Jerry Newman. Does State Farm offer more discounts to more drivers?
Yep, like the good driver discount.
So it's for good, but not great drivers?
No, Jerry. There's also the multi-line discount.
For calling from multiple lines while driving?
You should never use a phone while driving.
I only make calls from my car when I'm stuck in a ditch or something.
Are you in a ditch?
Yes, I am.
State Farm offers more discounts to more drivers than any other insurance company. Get to a better state.
One more reason to call State Farm agent Tony Wilton Mount Vernon at 242-1421.
The Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois proudly welcomes Dr. Brian Steinke to their medical staff. Dr. Steinke earned his medical degree at the University of Illinois in Chicago and has degrees in anatomy and physiology from UC Berkeley, and he brings prestigious credentials to the center. Dr. Steinke is a gifted physician and contributor to orthopedic textbooks. Call 618-242-3778 or visit their informative website at orthocenter-si.com.
Back to Rams baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
5 runs in the top of the 6th, and we are tied at 8 as we head to the home half. 2 up for the Rams. It'll be Sawyer Harrison, Hayden Peninsky, and Zach Giles. We'll see what happens here as the Rams try to get some of those runs back in this bottom half of the inning. Chris Hugo, Danny Czerwinski, I may have already said that. Oh, no. Been here for a while today. We've had 2 games. Second game, a doubleheader. Rams won the first one in 9 innings, 3-2. Presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. 5 Jefferson County locations, way more than anyone else. Log on to comfirstbank.net. See why they will welcome you back to personal banking. Member FDIC. New ball game. Definitely. Something has to happen here for the Rams. Momentum definitely on the side of East Peoria. The Raiders have gotten themselves and made this a ball game, got themselves back in it. Unprecedented 5 runs to 6. Now, Sawyer Harrison, the hero of the game, number 1, steps in to lead us off. Here it comes. Fouled back. No balls and a strike. 0-1. Quickly the count. Not the effort that Tim Holloway wanted from his crew. I don't think so. As Harrison's going to put one into center, giving chase will be Hilton. Should have time to make the grab as it hangs in the air. One away.
Mount Vernon's up 6-0. And we talked about it. You had an opportunity to put East Peoria away. They lost a tough first game, long bus ride home. And you kind of let up. You didn't get after him. You didn't score a lot. And after that, Mount Vernon, got up 8-3. And, boy, after that, you kind of see a letdown, and that's something you can't have. That's Czerwinski trying to bunt his way on. Takes the first pitch strike, and it's going to be 0-1. Giants on deck here for the Rams. We're tied at 8 in the bottom half of the 6th. Nobody on and 1 out. Lance Willis gets set, comes at it, right across the plate, no balls and 2 strikes. Now it's a brand-new game, and East Peoria's in this. And here we go. We creep close to the top of the 4 o'clock hour. 0-2, well outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Good eye by Hayden. Giants on deck here for the Rams. Bottom of the 6th inning, tied at 8. Momentum on the side of the boys in maroon from East Peoria, the Raiders. 1-2 coming. That's going to be sent the opposite way towards the right field line. Ulrich gives chase and makes the grab and foul ground. You can hear the East Peoria dugout. They're into it every pitch, hooping and hollering. They could slip one out here in the second game, and they would have an opportunity then to have a shorter, what would seem like a shorter bus ride. Clayton Reeves is going to bat for Giants here. I will say this. Yes, having your JV team here to be in the dugout to help make noise. A big help. There. Got a ball loose. Look out. Look out. Watch out. There you go. 2 gone. Nobody aboard here for the Rams. Giants will stand in. Takes one inside. Clayton Reeves. Do what? I didn't see him step in. My apologies. He's sneaky like that. Yeah, he is. So Reeves stands in. That's what he gets for making fun of my hoodie earlier. 1-0 the count on Clayton. Here it comes. Fouls it off. 1 ball, 1 strike. Thought I saw him swing a couple of bats to get a little loose. Coach will come out to get that. So 1-1 to Reeves. 2 outs. The bases are empty here in the 6th. Trying to use him to get some bingo started. Here comes outside corner. Wow. 1-2. Supper time. Of course, this umpire's only been here 1 game. It's true. Could eat lunch. May have, but 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. 8-8 ball game. Pitch on the way, and Reeves was fouled off to stay alive. Mask. WMIX Sports Mobile Studios, of course, driven by Ford Square, King City Chrysler, where the best never rest. Told yesterday, now is the time to buy Dodge Rams. Great incentives, great deals at King City Chrysler Center. 1-2, Reeves will send that into left, and that'll fall for a base hit. Hey. Little pinch hit bingo. 5th hit of the day for Mount Vernon. That'll bring up T-Flow. And the thing about letting, in the East Peoria battling back, letting him back, Tyler Morgan's efforts. He went 5 2/3 of brilliant baseball, and he will not get credit for anything. Just a attaboy. Here comes inside. Ooh. Well inside the floater. Good thing he got out of the way. It's 1-0. Not headed where you want it to go. Oh, here it comes with the runner going on hit and run, and this is going to be a fly ball in the left center field. But guess who's there? Tyler Hilton. So there go the Rams. They gave it a valiant effort in the 6th, but we're still tied at 8. This is Mount Vernon Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday Sports Show? WMIXSports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting.
Do you farm or operate an agriculture-based business? Then Community First Bank is for you. Hi, I'm Steve Down, Agribusiness Lending Officer at Community First Bank. With our roots firmly planted in Jefferson County, we offer the stability, strength, and personal attention that you deserve. Community First Bank wants to be your financial partner. Customized products for both your personal and farm banking needs. Stop by any of our 5 convenient Jefferson County locations to see how we can help your business grow.
Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Member FDIC, Equal Housing.
This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball on WMIX and WMIXSports.com.
8-8 as we head to the top of the 7th. We're all tied up. It'll be the bottom of the order for the Raiders of East Peoria. Bobby Martin, Jake Plummer, Lance Willis, assuming no changes to the Raider lineup. Rich Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. 6 minutes shy of the 4 o'clock hour, and wow, what a game it has become. We will look for a Red Lake College player of the game in this. Red Lake College can save you thousands on your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to find out how. Same lineup defensively for the Rams. Colt Metter stays on the pitch. He'll get to do it with an empty base pass as Martin will take a first pitch strike, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 8-8 ball game here in the top of the 7th. Thought about offering. Martin holds back, and it's 1 ball, 1 strike as that misses well. That's all you can say. Yeah, essentially, that's the long and the short of it.
Now, wait a minute. I got a messed up order here. Do I not? I don't think Martin's supposed to be up.
That's what I have. I thought Ulrich came back in for McGee. I have Ulrich grounding out 4-6 to end the 6th.
Something's wrong. I think something's wrong.
But I may. Maybe there was no announcement of Ulrich coming back in. That's the problem with Mount Vernon dugout has?
No.
Out of order.
I wrote it down the wrong
I have
spot.
Martin coming up next. Got to remember they batted around. Him walked. They got back to the Ulrich spot, which was McGee prior. McGee struck out. And then Ulrich ended the inning by grounding out to second, 4-6. I could be the one that's off kilter, and that would not surprise anybody in the least bit. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Everything's all settled, and Martin remains to the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody on, nobody out as he gets us started here in the 7th inning. Tied at 8. Colton Metter on the pitch. Out of the windup, he'll go on 1-1. Here's the pitch on the way, and that's going to be fouled off. A loud strike, too, just because it was loud. No real distinct meaning behind that. Rams need an out pitch here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here it comes. Ooh, ground ball seeds its way through and not what you wanted. A leadoff single.
Yeah.
And the Raiders are looking to strike.
All confidence in that first base dugout right now for their 8th hit of the day. Got to get a ground ball. Got to get a double play.
He need anything at this point. Plummer stands in the box. No outs with the runner aboard. Shows bunt. Lays it down third base side perfectly. Picked up with the glove. Fires across to Harrison. There to cover with Sploda. And so 5-4 on the sacrifice. Advances the runner in the scoring position. So the go-ahead runs on second base from the pitcher spot, Lance Willis. Better looks back at the runner on second. One out. Willis stands in. The right-handed bat takes the first pitch strike. No balls and a strike. Rams Baseball is presented by Community First Bank of the Heartland. Welcome back to Personal Banking. They are the official voice of the Rams. With no balls and one strike on the batter, Willis here. At the top of the seventh, we are tied at 8. Ooh, fouled off on that one. No balls and 2 strikes.
Now, right now, it's all East Peoria. And Mount Vernon guys kind of hanging their heads a little bit, down, not a lot of chit-chat from anybody. It's all East Peoria to emotion right now.
No balls, 2 strikes, need an out pitch here. It's not going to happen there as it drops to dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Willis. Ball and 2 strikes. Runner on second base. 1 out here at the 7th. We're tied at 8. Metter will step off to ready himself out of the stretch. We'll see what the right-hander offers to his counterpart, the pitcher, right now. Willis not factoring into a decision yet with a tie ball game. It's going to be in low, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes in the 7th inning. It's an 8-8 ball game with a runner on second. Here comes the pitch from Metter. Sails high and inside. Full count. Yep, needs something. Needs something. Got to get something going. You can't sit there and feel sorry for yourself. So Metter looks in to Weber for the sign. Full count. 1 out, top of the 7th, tied at 8. Here comes the pitch on the way, and that's going to be a 1-out walk. Pitching, bullpen. Now we'll bring in the lefty, Tyler Hilton, who's been a nightmare for the Rams today. See if that continues with 2 on and 1 out. Go-ahead run stands on second. We're at the top of the 7th, tied at 8. Game number 2 of a doubleheader with the East Peoria Raiders. Pitch on the way from Metter. Shows bunt as Hilton pulls back. Good block by Weber. And it's 1-0.
Almost taking on the mirror image of the Waterloo game, minus the tie score here in the 7th.
I'd have to agree. 1-0 is the count on the leadoff batter, Hilton. 5th plate appearance today in the 2nd game, and he'll take one high, 2-0. 8-8 ball game. We're all tied up at the top of the 7th, and believe it or not, it's been some defensive miscues that have caused the Rams in Game 2. Diggs back in, 2-0 count. Runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th. Here comes the offering from Metter high, 3-0. Trying to avoid back-to-back walks here in the 7th, which would load the bases for Brock Stewart. Stewart reached on an errors last time and later came around to score. 5 runs in that 6th that allowed the Raiders to come back and tie this game. They were down 6-0 at one point. Metter out of the stretch will fire right down the middle. Focused on that, fired it in. Now it's 3-1.
You don't throw strikes. Give that other team so many opportunities to do things, giving extra outs.
We wait to 3-1. Here it comes in the dirt. So another walk, and that'll load the bases for the Raiders, and that'll bring in Brock Stewart. See if the Rams can rebound here. 1 out, the base is loaded, so a force anywhere. See if the Rams get themselves a pitch to get themselves out of this inning. WMIX Mount Vernon. Free service from Withers Broadcasting. In an 8-8 ball game, and the bases juice. Here we go. The first pitch is low for a ball. And Stewart gets ahead of the count now, 1-0. Tony Will brings you the scoreboard updates all season long. Tony's online at TonyWill.com, or it's the White State Farm Jeep around town. Where's the 1-0 going? That's inside. Gone on the squeeze, and are they going to get a run across? They will. The throw to first is in time, so 5-3 on the squeeze. It's 9-8 Raiders. Yeah.
You knew it was coming. They tried it earlier today, and that bunt was down. And they have crawled all the way back from down 6-0, 8-3 to take a 9-8 lead in the 7th.
Two outs and two aboard here for the Raiders, still threatening to stop the 7th as they've led for the first time today. It's in game 2 of the 7th. Right time. First pitch to Rundle swung on a miss. He had an RBI single his last time. Right now it's 0-1. Feel that moisture coming. Pitch on the way on the 0-1 comes inside. That's going to catch the inside corner. It's 0-2. Rams will send 2, 3, and 4 in the last chance 7th as they will come in trailing. Wait, the 0-2 pitch. Will it be an out pitch from Metter? It's on the way. This is popped up high in the sky in foul territory. Weber trying to get underneath it and will make the grab with momentum carrying him away. Well, damage done here in the 7th. We go to the bottom half. 9-8 East Peoria. This is Rams baseball from WMIX Sports.
What is good sports talk, really? Around these parts, it's the WMIX Saturday Sports Show. Every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. With a vast assortment of interviews and knowledgeable in-studio discussion. It's the most content-driven local sports show on the radio dial. And it's every Saturday morning after the 8 o'clock news. Only on AM 940 and WMIXSports.com. Where you can listen on your computer, smartphone, or any device. It's all made possible by Crossroads Community Hospital. It's more than a hospital. It's what healthcare should be. It's back. Ren Lake College Golf Outlet's Super Demo Day on Saturday, April 6th. Major manufacturers' reps will be on hand to answer any questions about your favorite equipment. Plus, free balls and fittings. You can test the best golf equipment in the industry. Plus, RLC has outrageous sales all day on the most popular names in clubs, balls, bags, and swag. Come test the latest and greatest equipment and enjoy free hot dogs and soft drinks at Super Demo Day. One day only, Saturday, April 6th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Ren Lake College Golf Outlet off Potomac Boulevard in Mount Vernon. Follow us on Twitter at WMIX Sports. Back to the Rams on WMIX.
And the last chance 7th we go. The Rams trail East Peoria in game 2 by a score of 9-8. Pleasant Plains, a team the Rams might have been able to play today, beats Harrisburg. That final 7-3. Dang. Of course, Plains, a formidable baseball program in the early part of this millennium with the Dusty Benskos of the world, winning basketball and the baseball titles. So here we are, bottom of the 7th inning, 9-8 your score. East Peoria climbs on top of the run to the top of the 7th after getting 5. In the 6th, and we will have a new pitcher. It'll be Ulrich.
Nashville girls beat Freeburg 21-3 and 8-0 over Mascuda.
Scoreboard updates presented by Tony Wilt, State Farm Insurance. After this one, we will have your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show along with your Heartland Accounting postgame stat. For Rams fans, obviously hoping that the Rams will sweep this doubleheader. Landon Thomas starts it off, followed by Colin Young and Colton Metter. Here comes the pitch on the way from Ulrich. That's in for a strike. And it's 0-1 to LT. One coming. Landon golfs at it, guesses, 0-2.
Trying to make good at bats if you're the Rams.
No balls, 2 strikes with nobody out. Thomas gets it started, sends that one down the opposite way. That's going to be a foul ball down the left field line. Unreal. Had a good whack at it.
Got good swings. Not enough fair territory at that point.
Nothing to the count. Here comes the pitch on the way. A hair low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. LT looking to get something going here in the home half of the 7th. Rams trail 9-8. Good eye there as he takes a pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Colin Young on deck. Colton Metter to follow. Rams trying to battle back from a deficit. It's Thomas gets a piece of this, but it's right to short. Nim will pick it up, fires across 6-3. Is out number 1. That'll bring up Colin Young with 1 out. Bases are empty. 9-8 game, bottom half of the 7th inning. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside on WMIX. Game number 2 of 2 today. Rams won the first of this doubleheader, 3-2. Took 9 innings. Ulrich to the lefty on to try to close this one out. That comes clean off of his head on the Hutton delivery, but it misses outside 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Colin Young takes another low. Good eye. 2 balls, no strikes. Ulrich gets set out of the lineup. 2-0 coming. Catches the outside corner. Great location. 2-1 count now. On the Ram designated hitter, Colin Young. Ram pitcher, Gold Metter's on deck. Pike to follow if anybody gets aboard. 2-1 coming. That's going to be high. 3-1.
You get somebody on, you got a shot. That's what Mount Vernon needs.
Lefty Ulrich will fire 3-1. Catches the outside corner. That's a full count.
He better be swinging now. So the almost took off the first base run.
See what happens. 1 out, base is empty. Full count, make or break. Goes to the curveball that time. He'll take his base. Take his base.
Interesting pitch selection. And we're going to have a pinch runner at first. Looks like we might.
I'm going to put my money on Tyler Ellis.
Probably.
It'll be Tyler Ellis. Runner on first, 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning. That represents the tying run. Game-winning run, of course, will be coming to the plate. Rams are down 9-8. 1 run in the 7th inning was all it took for East Peoria to get on top as the 5-run 6th that did it in.
Okay. Tyler Ellis will go in for the DH. Colin Young.
9-8 ball game here in the bottom half of the 7th. Rams have their backs against the wall. 1 out, runner on first base. After the walk issue to Colin Young, now Tyler Ellis is on to run. Metter will step into the box. Ulrich is on to try to save this one for the Raiders, who are 0-2, looking for their first win. Rams, meanwhile, trying to keep from falling to 8-4. The first pitch is a ball to Metter in the dirt. At this point, he'll take that. Rams need something. Ulrich out of the stretch, eyeing the runner at first base. He's going to go over to first, and Ellis is caught napping.
Yep, was leaning. And Tim Holloway wanted a balk, and he broke the plane, a little lefty sideways move. And that he did the first game, you're right. And our Tim Holloway's arguing the ball.
Tim Holloway has a point.
Yep.
So what should be a runner on second is 1 out. The base is empty.
I got to let the base umpire get back to position.
Yeah, it helps if you're there.
Yeah.
Figures 1-0 is the count. 2 gone. 9-8 ball game.
The move by the lefty, that was a swing and a miss, sorry about that. The move by the lefty, sometime bordering on balk, the independent move. That one there was pretty close.
1-1 coming. That's going to be low and away. 2 balls and a strike.
As it was in the first game. That first game was really blatant. That one there was less blatant, but still relatively close to being borderline balk.
2-1. The Rams are down to their final strike. 2-2 count on Metters. He took a strike outside corner. Bases are empty with 2 outs. Rams trailing 9-8 in the bottom of the 7th. Down to their final strike. Jake Pike on deck. Ulrich will get set and fire out of the windup. Check swing. No appeal. He didn't go.
Nope. Home plate umpire said no can do.
So full count here. Bit of a reprieve here for Metter. Trailing 9-8. The Rams need something. Here it comes. Colton's going to try to send this for a ride in the left center field. That one could do some damage as that is going to be at the wall. So Metter will head to second. He's going to be waved around to third. Here comes a relay. It'll be a 2-out triple for Colton Metter. And the Rams are that close to tying this with 2 gone.
Yep. And you go back to the pickoff move, or it would be tied 9-9.
So now Jake Pike, who's been mashing the ball this season.
The rain's near. Scud clouds are coming. Hey, plus our young man's out there in the beanies. The mascot.
9-8 ball game. Here comes Pike. It's going to be right down the heart of the plate. May have actually been more on the inside corner. Nonetheless, a strike, 0-1. 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. Tying run on third base for the Rams. All they need is a base hit here. Here comes the pitch to Pike. It's going to be low and away for ball 1. Even count, 1-1.
90 feet away are the Rams from tying this back up. 5th hit of the day. Hard to believe 8 runs, 5 hits.
That's the biggest shocker. 1-1 coming to Pike, and that'll pluck him in the back, and hey, it's not going to be up to Jake Pike now.
Well, you get 8 runs on 5 hits, and you don't have any home runs.
And Thomas Weber's going to be called back.
Pat Bradford's going to come in for Thomas Weber.
Remember I told you earlier, I've had some sort of feeling that Pat Bradford was going to factor into things.
Well, he might. Here he is.
So Bradford's going to pinch hit for Weber. Rams are playing for keeps here. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 9-8 ball game. Tying run on third, game-winning runs on first. Pat Bradford will head to the plate. Breaking the action presented by the Medicine Shop, 2339 Broadway.
I'll try that pickoff move again, see if I get called. If it don't get called now, there might be heads bouncing everywhere.
There's a head ready to roll already. Certainly. So, 2 gone. Runners at the corners. 9-8 ball game. East Peoria trying to get down here with at least 1 win today. Rams trying not to let that happen. Bradford will come up to the plate, facing the lefty. Kevin Ulrich looking for the save. Technically. Yes, here comes. In the dirt, that's going to get away.
No.
Metter decides not to go.
No.
Metter's going to go down to second base.
I don't think Metter could see where the ball was at. It's a darker time of day, cloudy, crass, dirty baseball, ball bouncing away. Pat Bradford was signaling, but Metter could not get a jump. He didn't get a good jump off because he didn't see where the ball was at.
That is one of those, with the decision he made, which was an indecision,
might be the best.
Don't go with that point.
If you don't find it about baseball immediately, then you can't take off because you might be running into an out. That catcher may be having his mitt waiting on you.
Right.
You have to find the baseball. Can't blame Metter on that one.
Frustrating, I know, but where it was from where we saw it, obviously we could pick it up. Doesn't mean he could. So probably a wise decision. 2 in scoring position now, and a base hit could win it. As Bradford will swing for the fences on 1-0, and it's 1-1. That's bad. I just got a feeling. Told you that in the first game. Maybe that was just a game off. 1-1's the count, 2 gone. Last chance for the Rams. Happened actually 2 batters ago. Here comes the 1-1. Bradford rips and misses. It's 1-2. The Rams are down to their final strike.
It's like Ulrich has found another gear here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to try that balk move.
He'll come out of the stretch. Runners on second and third. 9-8 your score. Bottom of the 7th. 2 gone and a 1-2 count on Bradford. Pitch from Ulrich is on the way. He'll swing and miss, and that's going to do it. The Rams will fall 9-8. They're now 8-4 on the season. We'll come back to our Schmidt Chevrolet post-game show. This is Rams Baseball from WMIX Sports.
Hi, I'm Bria Ashby with Community First Bank. It's always my goal to make the transition to Community First Bank as easy as possible for our customers. Our handy switch kit helps in doing just that. Whether it's direct deposit, auto transfers, or online banking, I'm here to help. Come see me at our 42nd Street location to open your account today and let me remind you how banking should be. Community First Bank with locations in Mount Vernon, Woodlawn, Dix, and Ina. Welcome back to personal banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
We're all pressed for time. Work keeps piling up on your desk, the kids have practice, and you had to find time for dinner. Hi, Roy Schmidt Ford dealer at Ford Square and Chrysler dealer at King City Chrysler Center in Mount Vernon. With all the miles you put on your vehicle, it's easy to forget about servicing your vehicle. Allow me to introduce 2 websites to make your service experience even easier. At FordSquare.com and KingCityChrysler.com, you can schedule your service appointment online. You tell us what you need, and we will make it happen. Or, if you're really on the go, try our new Express Lube at King City Chrysler with no appointment necessary. It's that simple. Ford Square 1501 Broadway and King City Chrysler 1603 Broadway of Mount Vernon. Find us online or on Facebook.
You can count on us. Yes, you can.
Hi, I'm Elaine. I've been a nurse with Good Samaritan for many, many years. One of the best things about my job is knowing that I work for a hospital that cares so much about the community. We're dedicated to attracting the best physicians and investing in the most advanced medical technologies. Whether it's radiology, oncology, or advanced heart care, we provide some of the nation's most advanced treatment options right here in Southern Illinois. That way patients never have to travel far from their families to receive the care they need. I'm always happy when families come visit, and starting in 2013, that sort of thing will happen even more. That's when Good Samaritan opens our all-new regional health center. Everything about the new center has been designed with patients in mind. It features all private rooms and family-friendly areas that make it easier for visitors to stay overnight. I can't wait to see what Good Samaritan does with this exciting new facility.
Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a hospital, raising the bar.
Southern Illinois now has a better home for sports. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Jam-packed with local scores, video highlights, and archives of every local sports broadcast on WMIX. Did your team win? Missed that game-winning shot last night? Didn't catch your favorite coach on the Saturday sports show? WMIXSports.com is right at your fingertips. On your computer, your smartphone, your tablet, or your video game console. It's the all-new WMIXSports.com. Another free service from Withers Broadcasting. This is Mount Vernon Rams baseball on WMIX. The Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show starts now.
And we welcome you back, Brennan Klein Memorial Field, your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski alongside. WMIX, WMIXSports.com. Rams lose the second game. Come from behind fashion 9-8. We owe you your Heartland County postgame numbers. Let's get to those.
All right. Mount Vernon, I should say East Peoria, 9 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 9 left on base. Mount Vernon, 8 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on base. Lance Willis is your winner. Save goes to Kevin Ulrich. Loser is Colton Metter. As the Rams drop to 8-4 overall in the season, a game that took 2 hours and 13 minutes as East Peoria splits with Mount Vernon today, winning Game 2, 9-8. Those stats are calculated by Heartland County. Get started right. Let Heartland County help make your business a success. Heartland County is your small business expert, located at 3000 Broadway, Suite 2B. When we come back, we will have your Ridley College player of the game. Rams fall here in Game 2, 9-8. This is Rams Baseball, powered by Community First Bank.
I'm Andy Robb with a look at your next rad weather. This afternoon, rather cloudy skies with a shower or two, high 60. Mostly cloudy tonight, you'll see some showers, low 47. Sunday, mostly sunny and pleasant, high 62. Tomorrow night, low 35. Cloudy skies, colder with a bit of rain on Monday for a high 44. Mostly sunny Tuesday, high 47. Next rad weather from WMIX, Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Critics raved about the Wren Lake College Theater's presentation of Into the Woods. Thanks to Mother Nature, you have one more chance to see Into the Woods at the Wren Lake College Theater this Saturday at 7 p.m. Sunday's show is postponed due to the weather, so those tickets will be accepted at the door. If you didn't already have tickets, take a look at The Darker Side of Fairy Tales this Saturday night at 7. Tickets are just $12 at the door, or call the box office at 437-5321, extension 1467.
Back to the WMIX Sports Mobile Studios. This is Rams Baseball on WMIX.
Welcome you back to Brennan Klein Field, your Schmidt Chevrolet postgame show. 9-8 your final. Rams fall in Game 2 after claiming a 3-2 win in Game number 1. We owe you a Ridley College player of the game. We're going to go with Colin Young. He was on base today 3 of 4 times. Actually went 2 of 3. Drove in 2 runs, scored a run to the DH position in Game number 2. So we're going to go with Colin Young as your player of the game. There you go. Ridley College, save thousands in your college education. Log on to rlc.edu to find out how. That's going to do it for us today. We got into Rams split the doubleheader with East Peoria, win 3-2, lose 9-8. So 1-1. I'm not even going to go there. 1-run gains in both. Of course, Ron Reed right wing. But all in all, we're back on the air Monday, we hope, with Lady Rams softball from Waltonville. That'll be at 4:15 pregame. Chris Hugo with Danny Czerwinski on that one. We look forward to having you join us. Now, for the Rams, are back in action on Tuesday at Marion. We'll have that game for you right here. 4:15, your scheduled pregame for that as well. For everyone at WMIX Sports, Danny Czerwinski and Jesse Clark, myself included, I'm Chris Hugo, reminding you of the final score. The Mount Vernon Rams fall here in Game 2, 9-8, after winning Game 1, 3-2. On behalf of our sponsors, thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball. So long from Mount Vernon.
Thank you for listening to Mount Vernon Rams Baseball on WMIX and online at WMIXSports.com. Rams Baseball has been presented by the official voice of the Mount Vernon Rams, Community First Bank. Welcome back to Personal Banking. The Mount Vernon Rams on WMIX are also sponsored in part by Ren Lake College. See how you can save thousands on your education at rlc.edu. The Medicine Shop of Mount Vernon, Ford Square and King City Chrysler. You can count on us. State Farm Insurance Agent Tony Wilt. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Second Chance Auto. Good Samaritan Regional Health Center. Raising a Hospital. Raising the Bar. Schmidt Chevrolet of Mount Vernon. And also by the Orthopedic Center of Southern Illinois. Sarah Staley, your country financial agent. Heartland Accounting. And by Central Christian Church. Your home for news, talk, sports, and America's best music. WMIX. Find archived broadcasts of Rams baseball at WMIXSports.com.